Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish HOTSPUR, here to deliver you that watch along, everybody. We're back. We're here. We're strong. We're here to take on the mighty Southampton. We've gone down south, everybody, to take on the Saints, everybody. And we're going to be joined by the usual crew when it comes to the watch along, everybody. So hopefully you're all prepared. Hopefully you're doing well. And the lineups are out. We're seeing the mighty Richarlison being given another go after he's asked to be started, after he's asked to be given more time. And we have the trio back, everybody. The front three, Sean and Dave. Sean, it's good to see you. It's good to have you back on the watch alongs. How are we?
Good, mate. Good. Thank you for having me. Good to be back.
Happy birthday as
Apologies
well,
about.
Sean, too. Everybody, I totally forgot. Please, everybody, demand before anything, before we even get to Sean's betting corner, before I even let him speak here, I'm not even going to let him speak on his birthday. Happy birthday, Sean.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, it's good to be back with you guys. Like I say, I apologise about missing the show a couple of days ago. I was really really unwell, but luckily all the pains and the headaches and the migraines have disappeared for the birthday. And yeah, got some birthday bets lined up for us when we get through that in about 15, 20 minutes or so. So
Perfect.
good to see you guys. Hope you're both really, really well, and everybody in the comments as well.
No, look, it's absolutely great to have all three of us back enjoying the games. Like, although I was at the game, the AC Milan game, I did miss having you and Jack in my ear constantly. So it's good to be back on with you guys. But look, massive happy birthday to this man down here.
Thanks, mate.
Everybody's been a breath of fresh air ever since he's entered the community. You all love him. Make sure you wish him the biggest, happiest of birthdays. And I can't wait to hear what's on the birthday betting corner. I've no doubt there's an outrageous one, but look, starting with the lineups, I mean, an unchanged team from the Nottingham Forest game. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. They do say you don't really change
Yeah.
change a winning team whatsoever. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that.
I really am as well. I feel like where I'm happiest is keeping Ben Davies at left wing back. That seems to be kind of the best solution for Spurs at the moment in time. He seems to be able to do both sides of the ball a lot better than Perisic, in my opinion. Perisic was starting to let us down from open play. It felt like he couldn't even really put in a good cross or even beat his man. And also, he was struggling, as we already know, defensively. Whereas Ben Davies now has been able to do both sides of the ball, not perfectly, but he's able to do it well enough that I think we have a lot more stability on that left hand side. It probably helps out Longley, who has been maybe suspect time to time defensively too, of course. And then having Perisic maybe there didn't help him out. Having Ben Davies there helps him. Richarlison has been given another chance, Dave, and he's absolutely on my mind. And he is looking fine, Mr. Richarlison. So hopefully he gets us, that goal that he's been desperate for. And as much as me, Dark Sun G, plenty of people, Dave, who have been big fans of Richie and, have been backing Richie, let's be honest, the evidence has shown that he has not really lived up to the 60 million. And he even has said it himself that he hasn't lived up to the 60 million. He started to go on the right track against Forest, and hopefully he continues on that right track today. But Sean, I mean, any of your thoughts on the lineup? Anything that pops out to you?
No, it's exactly what I wanted. I agree with what you're both saying. What I would like to see though is whilst I'm just looking at my bets now, I'll tell you about them in 15 minutes. But they are heavily aimed towards a lot of what I anticipate will be a lot of action from Pedro Porro down the right hand side, and I do expect him to be whipping the balls. And it's wonderful to see a Tottenham player down our right hand side have the ability and the consistency with his crossing to put it into dangerous areas that are
Right.
at the right height, that are with zip on them.
Mm.
And I feel like so on the back of that, if he's doing that from the right hand side, look, we know that Sonny's wonderful and for a million things, but one of the things he's no good at is heading the ball, right? So um,
Richie
I
brings in that. Yeah.
whilst I'm happy to see Richie start on the right and Sonny start on the left, I do want to see some fluidity and sort of
Sure.
dynamism in that kind of setup today. And I'd like to see at points, at times, Sonny and Richarlison swap places. I think Sonny's equally good, whipping the ball in from his left foot to the top bins. And I think that if you put Richarlison towards the back post for some of the crosses that Porro might be churning in throughout the game, then you've got a guy there who might be able to get off the mark
Just quickly,
today.
Sean,
So
isn't it really nice though to finally? When Dave was asking me earlier, like, Jack, aren't you going to be sad not to see Emerson? I kind of said like, it's kind of nice not to have a headache anymore when it comes to the
Yeah.
right hand side. I was like picking
yeah,
Poro or Emerson, like you see the
okay.
positives of both, and you're not as stressed out as we used to be when it came to it, if you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I still, yeah, I 100% agree. And listen, I still maintain my initial thoughts or whatever about the consequences of having Perisic and Porro. I haven't
Sure.
seen a good result or good performance when both of them are playing yet. Obviously, it's early days, the sample size is small, but whilst we have the ability to play Ben Davies on the left against a team like Southampton, where it's going to be a tough game, but ultimately they're the 20th place team in the league, I think you can play Pedro Porro against Liverpool or Newcastle in April or Manchester United. Maybe there's an argument that you play Emerson Royale and allow him to take on, to handle some of that threat that Rashford's going to possess or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, it's nice to have the option, but today I think it's the right decision to play Ben Davies on the left and to play Porro on the right. And if you make those two decisions, then everything else kind of picks itself with regards to the back three, the goalkeeper, the midfield two. And in terms of the front three, obviously the only other option was Decky. But look, I think that Richarlison was brilliant against Nottingham Forest, and he deserves his place. Sonny got a goal; he deserves his place. So, Decky's the unfortunate man to be sidelined, but it's okay to have rotation, and it's a nice option off the bench.
Yeah.
So for me, great 11, perfect 11.
It's good for Kulu though, because he hasn't really reached the levels this year that he was at last season. And the only real way you get back to that is by being taken out of the team at times, especially as a young kid. You've got to realize that you've got to do it on a consistent basis to reach the top.
I think you're
So
right.
it'll teach Kulu some of the right lessons, in my opinion. But the reason why I think Richarlison works so well on the right hand side is because he's playing on the side that he's footed. He was able to get down the wing, get the balls in the box. Whereas when he's on the left, he's constantly looking to cut inside. Now, look, there was a couple of times where Richarlison was acres of space and hit a heavy touch and sort of gave away the ball or end up in a challenge. That will have to improve, and I think that'll improve at game time. But also, with Porro out there, if you noticed, it actually allowed Richarlison to say sort of inside. When you look at where he won the
Because
penalty,
Porro can keep the width. Yeah.
yeah, Porro can keep the whip, but they also trust Porro on the ball to be able to beat players, get the ball into the box. They know if they make runs, he has the ability in the passing range to be able to find them. So it allows Porro to stay a bit more inside. It allows Son to take more of a gamble in the box, same as Harry Kane at times. And we've seen that last week because they now believe that the ball's coming in. And this is no disrespect to Emerson, because I do think Emerson has a place in this Tottenham team, and I think he does work well with Kulu. But you often see with Kulu, he used to go right out onto that side, take the ball, and try and cut in with it and stuff like that. We didn't have to see that too much for last week with Porro there. Our forward players more or less allowed to act like forward players, but also the back line were good. Well, bar Dyer, I thought he was atrocious last week, being honest. But the back line in general, I thought were good. And we need more of that today, where they're good on the ball, cycle the ball, move it quickly, left to right, so that we can keep looking at like teams like Southampton to keep the pressure on, keep breaking them down.
100%.
And that's what we need everybody at it today. So look, I'm actually expecting goals from Richarlison. He scored 5 and 7 against Southampton. It's the club he scored most against. So I actually believe he will score his first goal today. And I can't wait. I'm excited for this
Come
game.
on, Big Rich. There you are, everybody.
Just quickly, I know it's not a trophy and I know it's top 4, but the reality is top 4 is important at a club like Tottenham.
So important. So important, Dave. So important.
I highlighted it the other night. Like, we can sit here and wish for different owners and everything else, which most people want, fine. But the reality is we have a club that's run self-sustainable, and we need that Champions League money to keep operating at the level we're at, because bar last summer where the owners did sort of find money, that's not going to happen every single summer. And it's not something they're known for. So it is important we do make top 4.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Let's say hello to some people in the chat here. We got Carl Simpson in the house. Big up, gents. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Carl Simpson. Always appreciate your support, my man. Mia W saying, oh, not you lot again. And then Lazy 8 just saying, we just can't seem to get away from these guys. Yeah, I mean, can't get rid of us, it seems like, Nick. And then Kerry King saying, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Kerry. We have also Mia at W. Rob Ragnarsson. Big yourself up, Rob. Always appreciate your support. John N is in the house, still going for a 2-0 Spurs. And good afternoon, everybody. Let's go. Come on, Tottenham. Big up, John. Good to see Adrian Stroka in the house as well. Big up, Adrian. We also have Distiller. I like the name. Derek Hutchinson, too, saying big up, Dave, and happy birthday, Sean. From Derek.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, buddy. Big up.
Saying really like this lineup, plus happy to see Royale back in the squad. Yeah, it's good to see him back. It did seem like he did pick up some type of injury, which is hopefully I guess this is the thing, Dark Senji, right? We now have Pedro Porro, and this is where I'm a lot happier about the right-hand side, where it's like once Emerson went out, if it were maybe Doherty, if it was like an Aurier or something like that coming in, I'd be a whole lot more worried than it is now with Pedro Porro. I'm liking that right-hand side. It's a whole lot more solid. Big yourself up, Dark Sun G. Foggy Foam, he's saying happy birthday, Shawnee, and as well as DB, happy birthday, Sean, baby. Don't look a day over 39.
Yeah.
Patty Harnett.
I'm feeling old, man. Feeling old today. It's scary.
Patty Harnett, happy birthday, Shawnee. It's okay. You will have those symptoms all back again come 5 o'clock. I think he was saying the despair, maybe, or I'm not sure. Chris Agambar, wishing you a happy birthday as well, Sean. We have
Thanks,
King
guys.
Hoddle in the house, too, saying, let's get this done. And hope Leon Edwards does likewise later tonight.
Yes.
Definitely
Huge,
so.
huge UFC fight tonight. Leon Edwards versus Usman. Usman
Yeah,
looking
massive.
to take back the title. Big day of sports. You know, after this, we've got the Ireland in the rugby looking for the Triple Crown and the Grand Slam, heading into a Rugby World Cup this summer. And then you've got good UFC tonight. And then tomorrow I'll get to honor the great woman, my mother.
Nice.
Scooter
Nice.
Reacts, morning chaps, big up. I'll come on you, Spurs, come on you, Spurs, big up, Scooter. Good to see you. Paul G, afternoon, lads, huge game, and once again, happy birthday to Sean. Come on you, Spurs, pick yourself up, Paul. Good man.
Thank you, mate.
And then Sebas Wolf, happy birthday, Sean. Have a cold one on me. He's coming all the way from New York, Sebas. He's, maybe delivering you any New York beers that you remember, Sean. Any kind of American
Brooklyn
beers
Lager.
Okay.
Brooklyn Lager.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like the amber
That's the
one.
standard one, isn't it? It's a standard one, isn't it?
I believe it is. I think it is the
there.
standard one. It is a good
Yeah.
one. I think they even use it over in the UK. I saw it for like a fish and chips batter that I had. So it seems like it's made its way over. So Sebas, a Brooklyn Lager it is for Shawnee. That's his order. Really do appreciate it. We'll send it on over to Shawnee. Fill up the pint glass. Big yourself up, Sebas. Hopefully you're keeping well today, my friend. It's nice and sunny. It's starting to, like I said, Sebas, the sun is going down a lot later these days. It's getting a little bit better, come New York time. Big yourself up. And then Ribsy 85, member for 19 months, Dave. Come on, you Spurs. Love you. Love your work, lads. 19 months, Ribsy. He's been here, I think, even longer than I have.
Jeez, that's some amount of service. That's nearly 2 years of absolutely dedicated service. Ribsy and everyone else out there, look, we really appreciate all the support you give us because, it'd be a struggle to keep going if no one was listening or no one wanted to engage and stuff like that. So, look, we put the content out, but you guys are the ones that sort of make the channel, make the vibes. And look, me and Jack have big plans for the summer and next season. So hopefully we can deliver on that and you can enjoy it further.
Yeah, pick yourself up, Ripsy. Really appreciate it, my man.
Derek Hutchinson as well.
Yeah, absolute legends. And Ripsy, I'm not kidding. I feel like you've been here at least as long as I have, or longer than I have. I feel like I've seen you since the very beginning. Pick yourself up.
He's here longer than this chair. This chair I got this Christmas. He's here longer than that. We got Ripsy.
Good man, Ripsy. Appreciate it. And also on the watch-alongs, you're always here, Ripsy, and do appreciate that as well. J. Co is in the house. Good to see you, J. Co. Yeah, he's going for 100 today, Mr. Sonny. This could be his 100th goal, Shawnee. Maybe we could do a quick...
that last week, no? Did he not get that last week?
No, I think today's for the Premier League is for the 100th goal. I think maybe last time might have been the 99th or the 98th, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was Sheringham's record he bet last time. Sorry.
Yeah. So, Sean, I mean, would you back Sonny to get the 100th today, or is it going to happen maybe in the next fixture?
He hasn't featured any of my bets. I'm happy for him if he scores, but my bets today are going in other directions in the front three. But yeah, I'd love it if he scores his 100th goal, and I want him to finish the season strong. I want him to. I get a lot of when I do my morning walks. A couple of people have been calling me out a little bit, like they're like friends, but they're saying like I go a little bit overboard. I'm a little bit too repetitive with my kind of slander or whatever of Sonny. But it's only because I have such high expectations of him because he's so good. Like it's not like if he wasn't as great as he is and has been, I wouldn't expect him to do so much better than what he can be doing or what he has done this season, and I love him and I want him back. I don't want him to leave the club. I want him to finish the season with another, try and get him into double figures for the season. And there's time still on his side. So yeah,
it comes from a place where you know where he's capable of. You know what he's capable
exactly.
Of.
Yeah. I don't hold anybody else at the club, absent Harry Kane, to the same standards. I don't hold Decky or Richarlison to the same standards as Sonny does. So it's all love from me. I just want him to get back to his best,
And that's the thing. I think Sun fans or major Sun fans sort of need to realize that, where people's criticism comes as Sonny, and it's a good job they're criticizing him, by the way, because it shows the levels that he's reached in a Tottenham jersey and the levels that people hold him to, which is a good thing, by the way. It's not like you're criticizing him the way I would criticize Dyer or something like that, where it's just like he's fucking useless, not even going to waste my time talking about him. The fact that he gets analyzed so much is a good thing because it shows what he's done for Tottenham and that we want him to get back to there and that people want and expect the very best for this kid.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, so happy for him to score today, even if it screws up my bets. I'd like him to score.
Love that. DB saying Sean's got a good beer glass for his birthday. Good to see you as well. That Dave Janola is in the house. Come on, you Spurs. King Hoddle saying getting top 4 in consecutive seasons when we are supposedly in some sort of meltdown would be a considerable achievement. Let's go.
It would. And Jack, just on that one. Like, I spend a lot of time on certain channels like Never a Foul, which is, like a kind of rival show. And it's hosted by Man United fans. And, they have been waxing lyrical about Manchester United season. They think that Man United are back. And obviously they won the Carabao Cup and maybe they'll go deep in the Europa League. But ultimately in the competition that shows, the best barometer of where you are, they're 2 points ahead of us. And we're going to go back. If we win today, we go back above them. And everyone's saying that Tottenham's season's been a disaster, and Manchester United season is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Like there ain't that much difference between Tottenham and Manchester United in terms of points over the season. And yet, what does that say about how people feel about Tottenham in reality? That you might say that we're a small club, you might say that we're a bottle job when it comes to trophies, but actually you're slagging us off and you're praising Manchester United, and yet there's only 2 points difference. Maybe we piss people off a little bit more.
Maybe we have bigger expectations for our big club, Sean, huh?
Exactly. We live rent-free in their heads and we hold ourselves to higher standards.
I know King Hoddle has missed you, Sean. Definitely, that's for sure. United Spurs of America. Sorry, King Hoddle also wished you a happy birthday, I believe, as well, Sean. So it's good to people missed you. Definitely people missed you. Jacob is in here as well. United Spurs of America saying big up, lads. Good to see you as well. Cantab in the house saying Son's 100th Premier League goal for Spurs today. Definitely good to see that. Daniel Larson saying, look at these 3 legends back together. Happy birthday, Sean. Big yourself up, Daniel Larson. Good man. I love that guy. And then Dan Davenport's in the house. Big up, Jack and Dave. Sean just got back from work. Happy St. Pat's to you, Dave, for yesterday. Ireland could win the Six Nations later from Dan Davenport.
Yeah, that's why I encourage everybody after the game, please don't put in anything because I'll be going and watching the game from the very beginning as soon as I'm finished. So, look, come on, Ireland. Let's get the job done today. It's been quite some time.
And then Dark Sun G with a super chat. Let's hope Spurs win for you as a birthday present, Shawnee.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, actually. I think the last time that Tottenham played on my birthday, I think I was with you guys in White Hart Lane. We beat West Ham. That was a little bit after. I can't remember. Whatever. Moot point. But yes, it'd be lovely to get the 3 points today. It'd be lovely to get it.
I get nervous when it's someone's birthday when Tottenham are playing because you expect the best. You want Tottenham to make your birthday. Look,
it will spoil my birthday if we don't win today. It will ruin my birthday for sure.
So come on, Kane and Cole, Conte, if you're listening, let's not ruin people's birthdays today.
Joseph Moynihan as well, wishing you a happy birthday as well. We also have Brendan Schaub in the house. Good to see Tom THFC, Ribsy85 saying, I guess I'm just part of the furniture, Dave. Steve Pryor saying Brooklyn Pilsner is a great beer. Will treat myself with one tonight as well. Win or lose, have a booze. Love that, Steve. And then Lisa is in the house. Buenos dias, Lisa. Good morning, guys in chat. Come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up, Lisa. And good to see Dark Sun G with the super chat here saying, Sean, what do you think of Winks complaining about no one at Spurs contacting him? I think it's pathetic. You never see Skip or Kane ever complain when they were out on loan.
Yeah, I spoke about this. It's a weird one, Dark Sun G. I feel like on like a human level, he's a guy who's stuck in a country. He doesn't speak the language. First time probably away from England and going through a long-term injury recovery. On a human level, if none of his teammates even reached out to say how you going, then it's a bit odd. And in terms of the club not doing anything, I think it just basically demonstrates that he's not this. There's 2 reasons why you loan someone out. One is to give them, playing time on somebody else's dime and then bring them back. And the other one is to put them in the shop window. Clearly with him, it's the latter. So on one hand, like I understand it's a little bit like if you feel sorry for yourself, if you're a bit of a sensitive sausage that maybe Harry Winks is, then maybe it's it might be a little bit hurtful. On the other hand, you don't need to voice your dirty, opinions like what you do your dirty laundry in public, all that stuff. And also, listen, Harry, with the exception of a handful of games a long bloody time ago, you've done nothing for Spurs. So, like, how about just worry about yourself, focus on your career, focus on your recovery, and keep the kind of, because there's a little bit of a culture right now of people talking about Tottenham. Richarlison has done it, Harry Winks has done it, Brian Hill did it a couple of days ago as well. I don't like it. I don't like players talking about their clubs negatively in the media. I find it, really
It's slightly
distasteful.
cowardly. I think it's cowardly in all of their cases who have done it, regardless of Winks. I mean, Brian Hill Messi, as much as we love it, I don't really appreciate it when he does that. And I agree with you, Sean. But also, I think in the case of Winks, I think it's also like a bit of a relevancy problem with him. Like, I think he just wants to be relevant,
100%.
to be honest. But big
100%.
yourself up, Dark Sun G. Big yourself up, Wonder Boy. Yeah, Dave.
Just quickly, just to any players out there even thinking about coming out and doing it in future, just stop fucking crying and get on with your job. Simple.
I love this one from Wonder Boy. Happy birthday, Sean. I'm sure Conte will give it a do it for Shawnee in the team talk. I really do hope he does. Give him the win this weekend, as that's what Conte's doing. Pick yourself up, Wonder Boy. Absolutely love that. Dark Sun G with the super chat. It would be a great season for me if we end ahead of Blues and Liverpool, which would be a first for me. If we beat Man United in April, we can end in third, which is also huge. You're so right, Dark Sun G. But Dave, I mean, we kind of had to get used to the fact that, it's the Gooners who probably could finish ahead of us. And I think that's probably why there's a lot of, kind of torment and, for us as Spurs fans right now. But it's very rare that we ever get to finish above the likes of Liverpool or ever get to finish above the likes of Chelsea. So does that make up for maybe finishing behind the Gooners, maybe finishing above Chelsea and Liverpool?
Look, I've got to the point I only enjoy Arsenal when they lose, and it's kind of like I don't really take notice of what's going on over there unless they lose like midweek. But look, I'm also resigned to the fact I don't think we're going to catch them on the points tally. I think it's near on impossible now. But, we got to forget about that and just finish as strongly as we can, Chelsea, I reckon they'll be back next year. Liverpool will probably be back next year. So the Premier League landscape, I think, will be entirely different. And plus, you don't have a World Cup in between it. But look, where I would maybe be a little bit concerned with that is, don't get me wrong. I mean, finishing above Chelsea and rubbing their rich noses in it is absolutely priceless. Considering how much they were going on about Abramovich and then bringing in this new guy where they've gone from
they despise us as well.
Yeah, so it's sort of like giving them a bit of a reality dose of what it's like to support a club like Tottenham Hotspur. So it's good for them, and I think they need to go through that. And the longer they do, the better. Finishing above Liverpool, I mean, it just goes back to when I was growing up, as a late teens, where Liverpool are finishing below us, and I have the bragging rights and absolutely berate people. Look, for me, we got to be careful because we got to take recognition that these teams will be back next year. But then it's on us on this summer that if we do finish even third, to build on it and build on it properly, which is very, very important, especially the backline, new goalkeeper, etc. But look, I would say if we finish third, I don't think Conte's time at Tottenham should be looked at as, or even if we finish fourth, should be looked at as a failure, because people are very quick to forget that Poch finished fifth and fourth in his first two seasons. So for me, look, it's just all about getting top four again, having Champions League football to offer next year, and see where we go from there in the summer.
And then that's what makes today a huge game. Big yourself up, Dark Sun G, my man. Really appreciate the support. P Dubs is in the house. Rhode Island's finest. Where are you? He says, what's up, Dave, Jack, and Sean? Oh, got to get Richie on the score sheet today. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, Richie. Big yourself up, P Dubs. Good to see you, Rhode Island's finest. Patty Higgins is in here. If I didn't say hello to you, Patty, it's good to see you. He also says, happy birthday, Sean. Big yourself up, Patty Higgins. Higgins. Aglaya is also wishing you, and I believe that's Ellie wishing you a happy birthday too, Sean. She says, I'm happy you love my message with the dogs.
Yeah, she sent me a video of like dogs that were all talking, saying happy birthday, Sean. It's very very sweet, very cute. Thank you, Ellie. You're a legend. Love you.
Good to
legend.
see Kev Williams in here too. Come on, you Spurs. Don't let us down today. Big yourself up, Kev Williams. Really appreciate you, my man. And then J. Coe with a super chat saying, we all want the same, just expressed differently. I only have love for you guys. For your information, Sonny will be the 19th player to go to 100 goals in 100 out of 50. Is that in
Mm.
50? What is that in 50?
I think
What's the 50?
I think he becomes the first Asian player to score 100 goals in the Premier League.
Maybe, and then
Um,
he's the 50th player to score 100 goals as well. Or Sonny will be the 19th player to go 100. Someone, I'm probably being a bit slow today, so maybe someone can explain 100 out of 50.
I don't know. We'll just go with the 100 goals. I think that's what he means. Look, the first part, I just want to say, look, everyone has opinions on how to get Tottenham back on track and how to win trophies. One thing I do know is pitching fans against each other is certainly not the answer, and it's definitely not going to affect any sort of change. And I don't think anyone should be ridiculed for their opinions. I think the best way to go about things is actually listen to everyone. And when I've done that, anyone I speak to, they all want Tottenham to go in the right direction, and that's at the heart of where they're coming from with their opinions. So for me, absolutely, absolutely, I agree with them. We all want the same thing, just expressed in different ways. And at the end of the day, everyone has one common ground to get on, and they want Tottenham to win trophies.
Mm.
As for Son, look, I hope he gets it done today. The 19th player, I think, at Tottenham Hotspur to score 100 goals. I think he'd be the first Asian player to score 100 goals in the Premier League as well. So, no mean feat for the guy. And, it's I definitely didn't see it coming when we signed him from Germany. But, that's one we did get right in the recruitment department.
No, I mean, it's just in the history books. I mean, it's just you're forever in the history books. You're in a select crowd. You're in a very select privileged club of
Oh, it
practic
says 100 goals and 50 assists, Jack.
50 assists.
Uh,
Sorry about that, Jaco. I mean, geez. And also as well, what I was more surprised by is actually how many assists Sonny does actually have for Kane, because we know Kane is of course the creator, but Sonny still has a fair amount of assists
Mm.
for Kane as well, which is always, I think, maybe a bit unnoticed. Big yourself up, Jaco. Really appreciate the support, my man. Cool, sexy football's in the house as well. Tequila's in there too. Good to see you, Tequila, as well as Leslie Crawford, and then Paul Vambin. Good to see you, Paul Vambin. Kai Ballack as well, saying we have the same birthday, Sean. And then Killian Gubens. Good to see you, Killian.
oh, happy birthday, Kai.
Oh, big up, Kai. Happy birthday, brother. Hopefully you have a good one. Everyone wish Kai happy birthday as well. Him and Sean have something in common. And big up, Killian. Hopefully you weren't on night shift last night. I'm just going to run to the toilet quickly to strain the sports before we get going. Let's get Sean's betting corner.
Yeah, Sean, take it away.
Okay, I've got 4 or 5 different bets on it. Maybe I've actually got a few more than that. They're a bit crazy. The first one is I've got 2-1 Tottenham with Pedro Porro an assist at any time and Harry Kane a goal scorer at any time. And I've got 85-1 on that, which is just juicy, too juicy to turn down. I also went for Harry Kane to have 2 or more headed shots on target. I got 20-1 on that.
Specific.
I like the odds. I thought that's reasonable as well with the crosses coming in. So keep an eye out for Harry Kane heading the ball on target. I got Tottenham to score 2+ goals, two goals or more, and Tottenham to have 6 or more corners, and Southampton to have 4 or more cards. And I had 40-1 on that for a few quid. I got Son Heung-min to score first, and Armel Bella Kotchap to be carded first. I got 66-1 on that, which I thought was juicy. And I only had a couple of quid on it. And then the last one I had was, I put Richarlison to score at any time or assist at any time, which is evens. And the last one is Richarlison, 1 shot on target, 1 or more shots on target in each half, and Tottenham 7 or more match shots on target. And I got 12-1 on that. So essentially, guys, I'm looking for Tottenham to have lots of shots on target, for all of our front three to be busy, Harry Kane to score and ideally score with his head. And in an ideal world, if Sonny scores first, Harry Kane gets 2 shots on target, Tottenham win 2-1, Pedro Porro assists Harry Kane. If all that stuff comes in, then I am making money today, and I will absolutely share it.
Brooklyn Lager, everybody. We'll get a keg. We'll send a keg over to Sean, and we'll all meet him there.
That's what we're keeping an eye out for. I'll update you as we go through.
And we kicked off. Sean, did I send you the link? It's in the private chat. Let me send it. You want me to send it again?
No, let me see it. Here we go.
Let me put it in the private chat for you.
I got it, I think.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Love it. We're seeing who is it there? Skippy ball and behind. Romero cleans up Fraser Forster here
That's how you
with
do
a
it,
little
Romero.
little
Just
spin on
confident.
that.
You know, I've seen Dyer head that into a striker's
Oh,
path, so well done, Romero. But I just want to say it's important not to give away any sloppy free kicks to James Ward-Prowse in around the box. He is on fire with them this season.
and then a super chat
Yeah.
here, guys, from Kev Williams saying, "In a world of Uniteds and cities, there's only one Tottenham Hotspur. Let's all get together and get behind
Come
the
on.
club. Come on, you Spurs.
Wow.
Come on, Tottenham. Big
Do you
up,
know what?
Kev."
Do you know what, Kev? As disappointing as this season's been, kill me and shoot me down for it. My love for Tottenham still hasn't changed. In fact, it makes me love them even more when we're losing because, you know, I feel like I need to protect them and stuff like that. But, you know what? Look, let's fucking ride this season out, win as many as we can, and we'll go again next season, Kev. Big up, brother.
Come on, Tottenham. Big yourself up, Kev. Love that. Love that. Absolutely.
Langley to Fraser. Sean, just quickly, actually, we never got your thoughts earlier on. What do you make on Conte's comments about saying that as soon as Hugo's back, that Hugo will come straight back into the lineup despite Fraser Forster's heroics?
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Richie, love that.
Oh, good ball by
What
Hugo.
that? Oh, what
from-
ball! What a ball!
The
Oh,
power
he's
there.
going for
Look at
Sonny.
that.
What a
Oh,
ball.
Sonny! Oh, take a touch, Sonny!
Finally take a touch. What a ball by the power
Honestly,
there.
lads, I didn't even know that was a ridiculous ball. That was a ridiculous ball. He put that on. He put that. I mean, Dave, you said it earlier. He put that on the.
Midget stick.
I mean, it was right there.
He would, wouldn't he, Sean? He'd hit a midget stick from 60 yards.
I've never heard that before. That's superb. That is
What a
superb.
fucking dime.
Unbelievable.
The
Looks
power
like
there strikes
Pero,
again.
the other Pero,
Oh.
or the other Poro.
Oh, no!
that's it!
Oh no! Wait a minute!
Oh!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
James
Who's
Ward-Prowse,
that
boys, he's the
Armstrong?
one that's going to score. I mean, I would put money on James Ward-Prowse scoring against us. It's sad to say it, but he definitely will. He always
scored in the
scores.
reverse fixture as well from the edge of the box, didn't he? When I think it was headed out and he dropped on it from the end from a corner or something.
We're so deep there, boys.
You
We
can
got
get 9-4 on James Ward-Prowse to score.
Oh, that was. Oh, Shea Adams.
Don't tempt Sean.
Jeez.
No, I'm not doing it. I can't bet against Tottenham. Never going to do that.
He's onside as well. What a dime.
Oh, he could have taken a touch, you know?
Yeah. Sonny should have scored that as well, though. He was clean through. What a ball.
That would have been that would have been so many of my little bets would have been on their way then. Porro with an anytime assist. Sonny was scoring first. Come on!
Oh, what's wrong with Richarlison?
Come on, Richie.
Oh no.
What's up with him? Is that an
Taking
injury?
his shin pads off. And he's crying.
Injured. Yeah, he's injured. He's done.
No way. No
Yeah,
way.
he's crying. Do you know what? I don't mind that. You can see what it means to him to do well and get a goal and everything else, you know?
Come on, Richie, man.
He's done. He's crying. Look at the tears. They're stripped off his nose.
Fuck's sake.
Does that mean Kulu has to come
What's
on?
happened there? I didn't even see what happened.
Yeah,
He's
coming
walking
down.
off. I mean, it can't be that bad if he's able to walk off.
Could be a hamstring though, or something like that. Could be something you can't move with for sure. That's
Scheiße.
sad. So everybody, that's Richarlison gone down the tunnel. Looks
Fuck.
like he's injured. Kulu getting the jersey on, so Kulu will be coming on any moment.
I don't
I
even know
feel
what
so
happened.
bad for that kid. You know, it just hasn't gone his way this season whatsoever.
Fuck's sake. Feel bad for Rich. Love Richie.
Skip losing possession in midfield. But it was that Lenglet clears it up. It's a free kick to Tottenham anyway.
Poor bastard.
Kulu's coming on.
I don't even
That's
know what
bad
happened
news
to
for us
Stu
as well.
Smith.
That's really bad news for our season as well.
Do you know what? I can't remember the last time I seen a Spurs player cry in a Tottenham jersey.
He's a very emotional player. I mean,
he's a very
he's.
emotional player, yeah.
Yeah.
But it shows he cares. You know, it does show that he cares and he wants to get the goals and he wants to do well. Not a ball over the top. Oh, well done. That's not free. Why is he giving that against Ben Davies? That's poor. Ben Davies needs a haircut.
That's what is that? Now we got who we got? We got Dan Juma and Lucas Moura.
Yeah, on the bench. Kulu's come on, so means think without the Danjuma and Lucas, Southampton player holding his arm. He's a few injuries are here early to kick it off. I think he's dislocated something by the looks of it. Oh, what a blow for Richie.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gutted
I
for him.
did, Sean. I met in Nick's hotel, like a Gibraltar family, and there was like a 9-year-old kid that was like just such a he was adorable. Like he had this big Richarlison kid, and he gave me the best high five of all time, like where it just like echoed like around
Really
like the whole hotel.
nice.
And the kid
It's
was
always
like
good when you get that the cuppage on
exactly.
on the high five is
But the
superb. Yeah.
kid was just like he came. Apparently, he was just a big Richie fan or something. He was so delighted to like he was there for that Forest game and everything, and he was like,
Oh, he
he was so
must have been
delighted. And I
devastated
just
when his goal was robbed.
he was,
Oh,
but he was still delighted with the performance and everything. He was just so happy to see him and everything. And he's just I don't know. Now I'm thinking about that kid, that poor kid.
Do you
he
think
might.
That kid had like Tottenham like almost like going through his ears, like sort of kid. Like the kid was just honestly like
It's
obsessed.
nice when you're 9 years old, 10 years old. You don't have any worries in the world. All you
Yeah.
got space, all you got space in your head and heart for is the things that interest you, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. Do you think that Harry Kane should Harry Kane have let Richarlison take the penalty?
At the
Get
time
that
when I
monkey
was
off his
there in the
back.
stadium, I just wanted to go 2-0 up. So knowing our defense
No.
and everything, I just wanted to go 2-0 up. So I just sort of
Yeah, you got to take away emotion out of the
I would have.
situation.
this player,
Look,
by the way, Bella Kotchap, is one of the ones I would actually maybe
yeah.
put in our shopping list. He's that really young German international. I think he's
Oh, I've
really
got a
good,
bet on him.
actually.
Is he
That's
coming off?
Alisson
He's
coming
coming
on.
off. Fuck's sake! All
That's
my bets are
Alisson.
falling apart. One of my bets was Bella Concha to get booked first. I had 3 bets that involved Richarlison scoring.
This isn't good.
I'm down £25 in bets, and there's only 7 minutes of football. Well, 3 minutes of football being played.
Really, 30
and 4
seconds
minutes
have
of
actually
injury
only
time.
happened.
What I will say, though,
What a terrible start to my birthday.
What I will say was Alisson coming on, he had an absolute nightmare against us at our place. So
Oh,
He got sent off against us in last season's game as well,
Yeah.
didn't he, Jack? Do you remember I was doing the watch along with you and we called
that's
it?
right. So you called it. You have that clip. That's right.
Yeah, I've got the clip. Still got the clip. Yeah.
so Alisson coming on could be.
I heard he's a
blessing in
bit out of
disguise.
form. I heard he's a bit out of form, Salisu, but yeah, I don't know. Bella Kotchap, I do rate though. I feel like that is a player I would still take a look at. I do like him.
Irish Gooner says, what happened to Richarlison? Not that you care anyway, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It's something we'll have to keep an eye on and wait to find out. Sean, you listening to commentary? Did they mention that on commentary?
Yeah, they didn't say what's wrong with him. No.
Nice,
Just
good.
maybe keep an
Oh,
ear-
there you are. Find Hoiberg. It's got to be a better pass than a Harry, or find Sonny there. Come on, Pierre. It's got to be a better pass.
Kyle Walker Peters. Let's get at him. He's get atable. Be interested to see how the front three work without Richarlison, because he's the one you would say he's willing to chase dead causes.
Yeah. Well, Decky needs to step up. It happened. I think it was last season. Decky got dropped. No, was it this season? Decky got dropped, and then came back in, and then he was like, "Don't drop me again."
Leicester last season he was dropped.
Leicester last season. That's right. Yeah.
He had a good game off the bench and then went on to have a really good end to the campaign as well. So yeah, look, it'd be interesting to see how Kulu reacts. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Sean. I think he's sort of struggling to come back from that injury. I don't think he's fully comfortable with it yet.
He can't sprint. You can see he can't sprint. He doesn't get out of second gear.
Jay Adams, top of the box, Prowse.
Oh, he can hit them ones all day long.
Over 270.
Shot.
Over 260 in the house, everybody. Please, everybody, hit that like. Only 70 likes I'm seeing so far. Please hit that like, everybody.
And also spread the watch along. We're only 50 away from reaching 9.2k. Let's see if we can get that done today. Fraser Forrester. Ball out to Langley. Langley into Benjamin. Benjamin Franklin down the line to Sonny. Sonny, good layoff.
First time pass. Tries to win it
well,
back. Win that, Pierre. That's ours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's go.
Pierre's got to step it up with the passing. He's got to be able to find that pass earlier. We had a good chance earlier.
They all look like they need a haircut. Their hair's getting very long. I'm concerned. Where's the barber? Fraser.
Good touch, Fraser.
Now, we know footballers nowadays. You know them. They like to have a good
nice. Lovely,
well
Fraser. Oh, find him. Sir!
Oh.
Oh, what?
Smash him. Smash him. What he is?
Romero.
What's Romero doing up there? Get back.
Romero's hungry. Nice touch. Oh, nice touch, Kulu.
Into Kane.
Sir, he's got a whole piece of
Good,
him.
man.
Nice.
Oh my God, Poro. Kulu down the line. He's
Skin him.
got
Come on,
one-on-one
Kulu.
here.
Skin him, son.
Skip, don't run into
Go
the
on,
back.
Deck.
Top of the box,
Good ball,
Sonny.
Sonny.
Got a man on. Have a hit.
Benjamin.
Sir!
Ref!
King Kane. King Kane, shit ball into Kulu.
Oh.
Unlucky. Oh. Aston Villa won up at Bournemouth as well.
They're the only team in the Premier League that have got nothing to play for.
Aston Villa.
They're like 12, 14 points away from, or 12 points away from the
I feel like that's
relegation
been Villa
scrap,
the
and
last
about
2 or
20
3
points away from
seasons.
the European scrap.
I feel like
Nothing
Villa
to
have
worry
been on
about.
the beach the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Leeds are one up away to
Bang.
Wolves as well, so Southampton need to get going here.
Come on, Tottenham. There you are.
We have a shit record at this stadium. Offside. Well done. Walcott, look at the state of his hair.
The radiator behind me is getting angry. Doesn't like Theo Walcott. Romero. Deep pass. Dyer in his own box. Deep in our box here. Trying to get out with Longley. Kulu, man on. There you go. Well done. Pedro Porro. You got time, son. Oh, he goes for another dime. Oh. Good awareness by Bazunu.
Really gives me a hard on that guy.
Love these dimes that he's playing.
It gives me shades of back under Pochettino,
not even
where Toby competing on 60-yard passes and you have Harry Kane running on the end of it, you know?
Told you he's the postman, Dave. He's just delivering these dimes, Dave. He's just delivering the packages.
They're going to try and stop him from delivering. They're going to run out of stamps soon if he keeps delivering.
Every single time he throws the package, it just lands square face up, label facing, it's just perfect. It's just right on your doorstep every time from the Poronator.
Kane pressing the back line. No real intent here. Fuck's sake.
There you are, Sonny. Find him. Great pass. There you are. Come on, Kulu. Look up.
Composure. Just compose yourself. You got Polo there.
You got time,
you got
son.
Your beautiful left foot.
Oh, he's seeing Pedro.
Kulu sexy. He's gone into Skip. Skip goes out wider to Longley.
Good touch from Longley. Good touch and pass.
Oh, Ben Davies
You're
the
leaving
corner,
him. Sir!
Moonhead. Gone out to Romero. Cutie's gone into Porro.
Oh, see Kane.
Down the right-hand side.
There you are. Good try.
Do you know what? Porro started this way against Nottingham Forest and ended up unlocking the door on multiple occasions after that.
Get there. Well done. Win that. Win it again.
You got to take him out there. Skips by Dyer and Sonny. He's getting forward here. Call Walker-Peters. To Walcott. Back to Walker-Peters.
I think it's a Lavia here.
Ward-Prowse, get out to him. Quick.
Step up. And, they got a good chance here.
Good block.
Goes out for a corner. Southampton corner.
Good block. We need to be a bit better on the ball when we do have it, though.
Thoughts so far, Sean?
If I'm honest, mate, I'm struggling to see the game. The jumping thing, I'm trying to get a better connection. My internet's dropping in and out as well. So
if it ends up getting too
going
much, you can just come on at halftime and you can just lead the discussion at halftime. If you like, if that ends up, whatever you like.
Yeah, I'm okay. No, it doesn't work, mate. In the UK, you can get Premier Sports, but you can't watch the football on it.
3 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
No, Premier Sports are showing this kickoff today.
But not in the UK, they wouldn't. There's a law against it.
Oh.
It's all right. I'll hang tight. Best I can do. At the moment. I think it's my internet. To be honest, again, it's pissing around.
We need to get onto Sky. We need to start.
I know. I can't believe this fucking bastards.
We need to start a campaign.
Like I said, if I don't want you to watch a laggy stream on your birthday, so if you want to just come,
I can't watch it. Like this is the best I can get. So like at the moment, there's not like.
Or if it's easier if it's easier, if it's, easier than if it's like, you're off the call and then you come on at halftime and lead the show or something like that, if you like, and, lead halftime if you
Okay.
want. But whatever you want. I mean,
Okay.
we'll
Well,
play by
I'll
ear.
stick.
We'll
Yeah, I'll
play
stick
by
with
ear.
it for the time being.
Okay.
Cheers, man.
Come on, Tottenham. Start doing
Sue
something.
Smith saying she's had internet problems all week as well. Pick yourself up. So
Yeah, my internet's gone shit lately as well.
It's outrageous. I don't know what's going on. It's the one thing that should be stable.
Yeah, it's one thing the whole world relies on nowadays.
Ed M is saying we're not closing people down quick enough. They're just popping it around here.
Yeah, we are. We're just sitting back and allowing them to do
There you
it,
are,
which is
Pierre.
very, very frustrating. And then when we get the ball, we're not really doing too much with it.
Except Pedro here. Pedro's been a bit more positive with it so far. There you are. See that skip? Nice. Get out here. Get out here.
Well done, Langley. Just push them back a little. That's more like it. Out to Romero.
And Sue Smith wishes you a happy birthday as well, Sean.
Thank you, Sue. Big up, Sue.
Here we go. Go on. Play.
Okay.
In the Harry. Find the right ball. That'll do. Sir!
Okay.
Spin
him here. You see Pedro? Have a hit, Pedro. Oh! He went for the left foot, Dave. He went for the video. He went for the training video.
I wouldn't mind we seen him in training put them away left and right foot. Oh, I was getting excited.
Kulu left him a little short here on this pass. Yeah, he left him a little short.
Yeah. Good touch, though, to come back inside.
Oh, it's a lovely touch inside, yeah.
He kind of had to hit it on his left, to be honest. I feel like Kulu's got to make a better pass.
Yeah.
Was it deflection over the top?
No, it's
or did he sky it? He just skied it, didn't he? Okay.
Good passage play there from Spurs, though.
Would Emerson have scored that, Jacko?
I think not on his left. Not his left.
Emerson's ball would still be landing somewhere.
Walcott in behind here. He's got to be off. He's got to be off.
No, it's not. What a save. What a save.
Got to be off, though, right?
I think he's on. Oh, he's off. Off. It's reassuring knowing that Fraser still saved it anyway. Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe Romero might have kept him on there.
Yeah.
Good save from Fraser and Romero. Well done.
He's filling in the middle of the back line. Why is he like 20 yards behind the play? Where's he gone?
Yeah, that's Longley that's chasing after them. I don't know where.
Dyer into Højbjerg, back to Dyer. That's it, moving it quicker. Well done. If I was Harry Kane, at some points I'd start to become pissed off the way they put the balls into me and expect me to hold it up all the time. Tottenham corner.
Tottenham corner here. Bill wishing you a happy birthday as well, Sean. Big up, Bill.
A Dyer header on Sean's birthday.
That'd be lovely. That'd be absolutely lovely.
Sunny here.
I'll tell you what. I'll slam the rest of this beer. There's 3/4 of a can here.
You nearly had to start.
Moonhead.
You nearly scored.
Moonhead.
Was it from a header as well? I couldn't see.
Yeah, I thought it was it. I thought it was happening as you were speaking. Look at this. It's inches of it.
It's not far.
It's got to do a little. It's kind of almost a free header. It's almost a free header.
Good effort. He got up well there. I like that late corner routine. If you watched it was a short corner and our runners ran in late.
Spurs pressing a bit higher here. Giving Salisu time, though.
Too much time.
Well done. Win this.
Just standing off.
Someone close him up. Someone close him down.
Just happy to let them have the ball. These are shit. Press them like we did last week to Forest.
Out wide to Kyle Walker-Peters. Prowse. Lavia. Out wide to Peters here. He's got time.
He's in behind.
Finds Walcott. Clear.
On Dyer. Good positioning.
I feel like the midfield is struggling to close people down at times.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable at all. No, we're nowhere near at it. Anytime they have the ball, we're like walking around.
Win by Pierre. That's ours.
Keep or Lino.
Corner for Southampton.
We conceded off the back of a corner last week or at the last game. Got to make sure we don't clear this in around the edge of the box. James Ward-Prowse be sitting there waiting.
Simon Gibbs, happy birthday, Shawnee boy. Got my flat cap on too today, eating a KFC in the car with my better half.
Thank you, mate.
Simon.
Appreciate
Big
you.
up, Simon. Big up, Simon, and the better half as well. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. No, I'll clear this.
Rid of it. Rid of it.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done, Kulu. Ref, you better put that whistle to your lips. Fuck's sake.
Not, is he? Not giving us anything.
Ward-Prowse. Short pass inside.
Stuart Armstrong here. Turning him back
mention-
inside.
Oh, Southampton are just playing with us.
There you are,
Well done,
Fraser.
Well done, Fraser.
Calm it down. Hold
Yeah,
it.
to your point, your question you asked me straight away at the start of the game, Dave.
Yeah.
I think that's a disgusting thing to say.
Yeah. We're all in
Conte to
agreement.
say he automatically comes back in. First and foremost, what sort of motivation is that to Fraser Foster? Second of all, Fraser Foster's been our best signing this season.
Yeah.
As sad as that sounds. Like he's been he's done very well. Third of all, Hugo Lloris has been clanger ridden. So
Yeah, it's not like Hugo deserved. I think that's sort of pick me up in my opinion. I don't know. I think Fraser deserved more of a pick me up than Hugo did.
yeah.
And we're also saying, you know, what message does that send out to anybody that guys here being a long time, it doesn't matter how poorly they play, they're going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sort of hold anybody accountable. You know, there's no accountability there whatsoever.
Meritocracy, mate. I love the word, and I think that Tottenham should always. You hear me say it a lot. Yeah, I think you should be on merit, not on history or anything else.
Yeah. Oh, come on, that's weak.
Theo Walcott here, we're making them look so much better than they should be.
Who did he do that to? Renge and Dyer. Fuck me. Jesus Christ.
Making Southampton are having a good spell here. They're looking a lot better than they should be.
I'm not even looking to go at them though.
Well, we win the ball back, and none of the bank of five or the two in front are making any effort to move forward.
Yeah.
Tyler saying Dyer got absolutely wrecked there.
Yeah, by a 30 fucking 4-year-old Theo Walcott. It was his birthday yesterday.
Look how many players are standing there. This is driving me mad. Like, it's Southampton. They're not dangerous at all. They barely fucking score goals. The only threat they have is James Ward-Prowse, for fuck's sake.
Finding it very easy to keep possession here. Salisu going into trouble, though. Well done, Pierre. Come on, boys. Use this.
Now let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Stay on. You better be on. Fine. Fine. I
Sonny,
don't know if he's not on. He's not on. Come on, Kane. See him now. There you are, Harry.
Keep that alive.
There you go, Poro.
Well done. Where's Poro on the left?
There you are.
Skip. To Langley. Out to Poro.
Coordinator. You're abandoning him along late. You gotta
win it back. Turn it over. That's more like it. Keep them camped in their half now for 10 minutes.
Come on, Fraser. Pierre here. See, Pierre. See. Spurs kind of passing it sideways here. Back to Dyer. Pierre. Man on. Come on, Pierre. Kulusevski. Skippy. Great switch of play from Skip.
Good ball. Great ball.
Get there.
Come on,
well
Davies.
Done, Ben. Well done.
Well done. Now look for the play.
There you are,
Sonny.
Sonny. See, Pierre. See, love that. Love that.
Come on, Sonny. Go on, Sonny.
Sonny.
Oh,
Harry, Pierre. Pedro again with the left. Pedro again with the left.
This is better, though. This is more like it. Now,
great ball from Skippy there. Great pass from Skip and Højbjerg.
Crossed by Sonny as well. He picks out Pedro Porro as well. Oh, just bounced too high.
How close is this to Kane here? Oh, just flashes right. It's just almost like mid-rift. It's tough. It's like mid-rift, but it's good ball still.
Oh, so close. Wolf Maurer says we generally look awful, in my opinion. Out of possession, we are not at it whatsoever. Nowhere near it.
Don't know why. When Sonny put that ball in, who was it who who sort of let it go past him? Was it Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the fact that Porro's willing to have a crack. Needs a bit more composure. Oh, come on, somebody get it!
Oh, what is that? Fuck me.
Wakey, wakey!
All right, Fraser. Nice. Man on. Oh,
Smart,
goal.
smart.
Class,
Beautiful.
class.
Nice.
Porro,
That's good football. Watch
Man
out,
on.
man on! Oh, it's good tick-attacker stuff.
Love that, Pierre. Well, good work,
Oh,
Pierre.
it's one-touch tick-attacker gems today.
Now we're getting
30 seconds.
going.
Let's
Now
go.
we're
Come on,
moving.
let's move forward.
See somebody, Pierre. Yes, love that,
Fuck
son.
her.
Love
Good
that.
switch play
What
out
a lovely
Porro,
ball
great
that is.
ball.
Go on, Porro. Do him, son. All right,
Bob
Dex.
Kulu.
Go on, Dex.
Oh,
Let's
come on,
go.
Kulu.
Let's go. Oh.
Option. He absolutely skinned Lavi on the
Oh.
outside.
See you later.
On the byline and all. This is what Kulu's so good at.
He's so good at doing this, isn't he? It's perfect. Good weight to pass from Porro.
Oh.
Kulu and Porro waking up together.
Gorgeous
Oh,
Was that
vegetation.
Salisu who stopped him?
He's just not striking the ball with any confidence. But what play by Kulu? He's done him.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see Porro and Kulu get a little bit of a chemistry like Doherty and Kulu did last season.
You have anything on set pieces today, Sean? I might have missed that on the bet corner.
Harry Kane needs to have a couple of headers on goal. But listen, I think at the moment all of my bets are looking disastrous. So yeah.
This is good. Just keep them pending. No,
Oh,
wait,
another
referee,
injury.
not stopping that, surely. It's not
Jan
even a head injury.
Bednarek.
It's not even a head injury. You're not supposed to stop it unless it's a head injury.
Would you take Bazuna, whatever his name is, if Southampton go down?
Absolutely.
Who?
Bazunu.
Bazunu.
Oh, Bazunu and Ward-Prowse I'd have in the Tottenham team tomorrow. Both of them.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse, I think, would offer you a great passing range from deep, but also, set pieces. I think we need to get a specialized set piece taker out there on the field. I would like to give them to Porro, but James Ward-Prowse would alleviate a lot of problems.
He works hard and he's good at keeping the tempo going. I think James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
I think he's underrated. I think he's the type of player where he's so good at one thing that it almost gets sort of overshadowed maybe the other things that he's pretty good at.
Yeah. You're right. He's a
you get put in that box and it's kind of unfair because it's like he's just so good at one particular thing that he just gets put in this box, I think, as a player. And I think it's a bit unfair.
Don't know what happened to Bednarek there. They just showed the replay. He didn't look like he was even nothing obvious.
I guess we didn't know what really happened to Porro or Richarlison either, unless you guys saw it.
No, just saw him crying.
So what we're used to seeing these players cry like babies anyway.
Yeah, blubber mouth. Yeah.
No, like this is going on too long. It's disrupting the flow of the game. Roll him off to the side. The fuck.
Roll him off.
Yeah.
Roly poly.
He's too good to roll off on a bit of grass. I used to do it for free when I was a kid. Look at him. He's like he's as confused.
What's happened to him though? Like it looks like he's in real distress, but it didn't look like anything really happened. He looked like he jumped. It's a weird one.
He looks
he's coming off as well.
Yeah. He looks like a confused baby on a topless beach. Fuck's sake. Get him off. Pissing me off already. Look at let's get the back stretches in. Jesus Christ. And if they don't add on at least 7 minutes already, at the end of this half, I'll go mad.
Now they're saying he's okay. He's going to carry on. Are they?
It looks like he just wants to let out a good fart. He looks fucking constipated the way he's going on.
What's happened? He's holding his ribs, but there was no contact from what I could see.
You're only supposed to stop it if it's a head injury, though, right? After that, it's up to the opposition team. So why did he stop us on the attack?
No, I know it happens a lot. Doesn't it? It happened against Milan as well a few times.
So frustrating. Come on, move him. Jesus Christ. I'm sick of looking at his name.
He's been sick. He's been sick.
The letters in his name are shit as well.
What the fuck's happened to him?
Broken rib, maybe.
How? He's being sick on the side of the pitch. That's so weird. That's it. Come on, Romero. Keep playing. Yeah, good boy. Keep playing. Good boy. Let's go. Come on, Hoyge.
Get the ball in the box now. He's gone. Centre back's gone. Let's capitalise.
The stream seems to have figured itself out for a second, which is nice.
Good.
Come on,
It always does that, though, sometimes. When there's no action, it'll be perfect. And as soon as there's action...
Yeah, it starts to crumble again, yeah. Let's go. Come on, pause.
Get the ball in the box while he's off the field.
Oh, it's a good ball. Oh, it's a good ball. He can put good balls in. That's what I like about this guy.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Good angle, good flight, good pace.
Yeah, good pace, good low, whippy. Oh, what are you doing there, Hoiberg? Sloppy.
They've got a man off the pitch. You just got to keep the ball. It's
Oh, well played. Who was that? Was that Decky?
Kane,
Who was
Kane.
that?
Go
Harry. Go on, Harry.
You got to play cooler sooner. If that's what you're going to do.
Slow. Oh, come on. Fucking hell.
He doesn't need to run it right up to him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Pass the parcel.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Langley, come on. Make use of them being down to 10 men. Not backwards.
Are they still down to 10 men, are they? They haven't brought that man on yet.
No. El Yunusi, I think, is already starting. I think he just had the tactics board out to show him where to run.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It did look like he was coming on, but no, he was already on. It'd be nice if they have to take off their second centre back. That means the two backup guys will have to come in. Because that'd be better. I can.
And it will mean that they've only got one more sub they can make, or one more like substitution slot.
Because bottle of ketchup came off earlier, didn't he?
Yeah.
Good ball out to
That's
Davis,
a great
please.
ball. It's a great ball. Good ball. Oh, it's a ball. Bad ball. Harry Kane. Oh, come on, Dex. We need it. Oh, we need it. That was such a good one.
Win that. Ah, come on, Poro. Well done, Romero.
Well
You
done.
beast.
Oh, no.
No, they're going to play in behind us here. It's one-on-one with Dyer. Stuart Armstrong, he's definitely going to fancy himself. Make a fucking challenge, you absolute weak.
Romero.
Jesus Christ.
Eric Dyer doesn't do anything, does he?
He just walks. He just walks backwards. He does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, what is the benefit of doing that?
Look, I think he does it because he wants to try and
give the time for someone else to come back. Yeah,
give time for people to get back. But, you know,
I think he does it because he's originally a midfielder. I think that's why he does it. Because, you know, someone who's a center back eventually would know they need to make a tackle, where a midfielder often is, you know, kind of prone to just sort of track back, you know.
But the thing is, there comes a point where you got to say, I can't drop any further. I have to try and make a challenger take him out. You've got to make that decision. You can't drop all the way to the edge of your own box and let him shoot. We've already seen the repercussions of that against Leicester. You know, you can't keep doing that. You've got to engage. You've got to have a cut-off point in your mind where you say, no, can't go any further. Got to take him out.
Do you know what? I'm just looking at, I've watched 2 games of football in the last 2 days. Ruben Amorim, a good-looking guy who's younger than me, and then Ruben Selles, or however you say his name, the Southampton manager. He looks about 31. Like it makes you feel very old when you're starting to look older than the managers of football teams that you're watching.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't know how old is Silver at Fulham. He's not old.
He's only like early 40s, isn't he?
Is he? I'm not sure if he's that old. Like you're getting old. Like, I'm getting very, very old, boys. I'm 40 next time round. 40? It's insane.
Oh, you're only as young as you feel, Sean. You're young at heart. You'll stay young, my man.
Yeah, I don't know. My organs have probably got their own ages, you know.
Ward-Prowse, clear.
Well done. Now hook it away, Skippy. That'll do. No, hook it away.
Slice. It's worse than one of my golf fucking drives off the first tee at Wentworth.
Emily Dunn, happy birthday, Sean. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Miss Dunn. How are you? Hope you're well. Big up, Emily.
She's working. She should be working. She shouldn't even be in the stream.
Is she a nurse, Dave?
No, not anymore, lad. She works in the bank now.
Oh, she's a banker now. Okay.
She was doing care nursing for quite some time, but believe it or not, working in the bank pays more. So
yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, bet it does. So she's sitting there. She's sitting there on a Saturday is she in a high street bank with her phone out on the stream saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And big up Chris as well. He says, Jack, are you eating porridge?
I wish I was, but just was actually kind of had to hit the Jacks or hit the Johns actually, because I've had plenty of coffee this morning is what it was, and now I've switched over to the IPA, the first IPA of the day. Come on.
You have to call them the Johns Jack. You can't call them the Jacks like we do over here. That's just a nickname.
Well, it's because I listen to you too much that I just repeat what you say sometimes, whether I like it or not. Whether I'm trying to or not.
Being Jack, you can't call yourself the toilets. So you have
Nigel
to
C.
call him Johns.
Nigel
Oh,
C.
no.
Roll him off. Happy
Oh, he's
birthday,
off.
Sean. Big yourself up, Nigel
Ben
C.
Davies is down
Cheers,
with his
Nige.
hamstring.
Oh,
That's
God.
his hammy. That's him gone as
Jesus,
well.
they're dropping like flies today.
Now what do we do?
What's on this? It's the Southampton grass. Is it like actually AstroTurf or
This
something?
would be
Like,
the
what the
4
fuck
injuries
is
gap.
going
I know
on?
where Bednarek was down as well.
Yeah.
Richie, they're
That's a
dropping
real
like
problem,
flies
though.
here.
If you lose Ben Davies, that means you're forced to play
Fucking
just
Perisic.
Perisic.
They're going to open us up down that side then, aren't they, really?
But not just for today. If he's out
Yeah.
for 3 or 4 weeks, he's still got 3 weeks until Sessegnon's back, isn't it? 4 weeks till Sessegnon's back?
Yeah. Yeah.
That means all you've got is Perisic.
Do you feel like, you know, when what's
Fucking
his
hell.
name? Gianni Infantino, you know, it was caught that he was paid off to you know, always be he had to be shown on camera like at a certain moment, like in the game. Do you feel like Daniel Levy pays for the same thing for every
Yeah,
Premier
PR.
League game? Yeah,
Yeah.
like he
For
has to
sure.
have the camera pan to
sure.
him at some stage in the first half.
100%.
Just let them know I'm still here, you know?
Yeah.
Gianni Infantino, he
my
literally
good side.
got caught for it. Like they apparently found out that he was literally demanding that it was the case, that they panned to him at one stage.
I
like,
wonder
during the
how
game.
much the guy from the Salt Bay fella, how much he paid Infantino to get a ticket to the World Cup final and then get to go on the pitch. You know that was a 50 grand, 100 grand little back brown envelope, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For sure, lad. You know, a few gold steak dinners on the house. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Poro here.
Nigel
Like it,
C
Skippy.
says, "Happy birthday, Sean," and he says,
Thank
"Roll
you,
him
mate.
off." He agrees with me. Roll him off.
Let's
Sonny.
go! Oh, that's just wide. That's just wide.
That is close.
That's a close
He
one.
hit that with fizz. That actually looked like it really skipped off the ground there.
Oh. Honestly,
Oh, that's a foot wide. That is. We'll see it from this angle now.
Did it take it? Oh, it skipped really fast here. No, it doesn't.
that's more like the
Wow.
Sonny we know, though, right? Few step overs.
Good hit.
Yeah.
Decisive.
Good hit, says Ribsy. I agree. Great hit.
Good kick by
Come on,
Bazunu.
Tottenham.
I'll leave that go out. Why not leave that go out?
Perisic is on, so Ben Davies is off.
Yeah, he's gone off with the hamstring.
Fuck's sake. Oh, no, now Sonny's down. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's wrong with him?
I think he might have just got something in the ghoulies. That's all right.
Yeah, it looks like wind knocked out of him, or something in the
Caught his back wheels.
something in the future, Sonnies.
Caught his landing gear.
Yeah, he won't be having sex tonight, that's for sure. It's if his father allows him.
I'm surprised his father
That was an
allows him to
illegal
get his
throw.
kit off for the. It
That was an
well
illegal
done.
throw.
Good
Fuck's
spot.
sake, Sonny.
Good spot, Jack.
Oh,
Yeah, he got called out for it. I mean,
yeah, the
Hooper
referee
spotted it right
spots
away.
that, doesn't he? I'm convinced sometimes the referee just gives decisions to catch a breather himself.
Yeah,
Convinced.
I mean, that was. I mean, I caught it right away. That wasn't illegal.
That
What was wrong
one's
with
fair
it?
enough in general.
I
Like,
mean,
you look
West
at that
Ham didn't get
referee,
called for
he's
it. West Ham didn't get called for an illegal throw.
What was wrong with it? Was his foot off the floor or something?
He just,
No, like you has to go completely over your head. Like he kind of released it from like back here. He like released it from like behind his head.
Yeah, gotcha.
win that. Go on, Sonny.
Look, see,
Get
Sonny doesn't want. He's terrified. I said this
Doesn't like
before.
jumping, does he?
But like we've got a lot of players on our pitch that don't want to get stuck into not just headers but second balls on the ground as well. It's like we've got 10 cowards.
He's off.
And a lunatic.
He's off.
In Romero.
How's he not off there? He's way off.
Clear.
He's
It's got to be
fucking way
off.
Where's the line over there?
It's got to be off there, ref.
That's it, Romero. Hit my header. Where's Porro? Tell him you're going to ride his wife.
Go over there and slide into the linesman.
Oh no, it was
Porro, get him on.
No, it
Porro
was
kept him on.
Porro, yeah.
That should be Porro's excuse for anything. Give the right decision and sleep with your wife.
yeah. How is Mrs. Linesman?
Great clearance. Great clearance.
That's why João Felix couldn't concentrate against us. He was too busy checking over our bench to see where Porro was.
Yeah, with Porro, yeah.
Why are we falling for these 34-year-old fakes?
Wait a minute! I don't know what's happened, but the stream is now. I don't want to tempt fate, but the stream is perfect. It's like watching it on TV.
Good. Nick, whatever you do, let's just leave it there. Nick's probably
Don't jinx
sitting there
it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Kay saying stick Levy in defense to pay Dyer to make a tackle.
Out. That's a corner kick.
That's our ball.
God, they're all over us on some of these calls. Simon Hooper is really keeping a watchful eye.
Oh, it's a bit stupid.
Even though he turns like a fucking tanker whenever to make a call, but
oh, please just clear this.
Jacob saying, did we not warm up today? I kind of agree.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Everyone's
Pick up
struggling.
Jacob.
No,
Ball
no, 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 no,
in.
no, no, no.
5
We are
minutes
not,
left
we
here.
are
Let's
not at our best, but we've had a few good opportunities.
Yeah, we have.
It's a weird one to analyze, isn't it? Like Southampton have dominated for large parts of the game, been too
We've
comfortable,
had better
but
chances.
we've had the better chances. Yeah.
I think Pedro Porro has been very good so far. He's actually created he created a, let's be honest, a sitter for Sonny. And then he's been very positive nonetheless. I think Harry Kane has probably been in the game, but he maybe missed his teammates. I think he missed it wasn't Sonny. He missed Sonny once, and then he missed another player, I think. Højbjerg started a bit slow. I think Højbjerg started slow and now is looking a bit better. Because Højbjerg at one stage, Højbjerg had like Sonny and Kane like clean through at one stage, and he played like a shit ball. But now he's gotten into the game a bit more.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Every kid-
I agree, Sean. Tough one to analyze because it feels like I agree. Like with Jacob, it's like, did we not warm up? But at the same time, we are able to clearly break through them. Like we are capable of like creating a clear cut chance.
And
Which is,
they've had one chance, right? But that was offside anyway. So
Yeah.
but they've had the.
Beautiful.
Let's go. I'd imagine if you look at the possession that they'd probably have more of it.
Oh yeah, of course they have. Shall we just sit back and let them have it? I'm gonna go on about that at half time though, because it is annoying me.
It's annoying me as well, mate.
Fire a good ball into Softspur.
Fucking, you watched Arsenal get smashed by the 3-4-3 that Sporting put up on Thursday night.
What's that?
we'll continue your
Look,
run.
everyone's fucking walking. Everyone's just fucking walking. It feels like you have to be within 10 meters of the ball in order to get a jog out of the player.
Nice touch. Nice touch.
Time, Fraser.
Oh,
No, it's all right.
That's Porro. Poronator.
I love that he can do that. There we are, boys.
He's a real talent. I like Pedro
Give
Porro.
that way to Perro.
I'm a big
Come
fan
on,
of
Perisic.
Pedro.
Perisic, whip it in, please. Just
Wonderful.
whip it in. There you are.
It's a good one.
Fuck's sake. Okay, Pierre.
Go on, shoot. Good
Porro,
ball.
nice touch.
Good ball to Kulu. Come on, Kulu. Run at him. Go on the inside. Left shot.
Oh, cleared away. Walcott. Nicely done.
Challenge.
Nicely done. Oh, there you are. Oh, Pedro.
Kulu. Oh, that was naughty by Porro.
Porro's awesome. I really like him.
Oh, he's going to give me an orgasm.
He's really, really sexy, isn't he? I mean, and his football's good as well.
Very camera. Yeah, he's very photogenic as well. We have two photogenic right backs, Emerson and Pedro Porro.
Salzburg. Good ball out way to Porro. Come on.
Let's go, Pozza. Let's go, Pozza.
Naughty little boy.
Naughty little boy. What are you saying, Dave?
Dave. Kay here with a super chat saying, stick Levy in defense to pay Dyer to make a tackle.
Nice.
I mean, just stick. Do you know what? Stick him in the. Even better yet, stick him out in the dugout and realize these guys aren't coachable and it's a waste of money. Either way, just get rid of them. You know, in order for this club to progress, there's a few key positions we need this summer, and they've got to be done. No excuses. Have to be. But look, you know, Levy, he wouldn't even be able to kick a ball straight. So, you know, no wonder why players get contracts at this club that don't deserve it.
Let's go, Pozza.
Here's my boots. What's he doing up there, for fuck's sake?
I love the fact that the players are learning to trust Porro with the ball, and they're happy for him to come inside, and he's got some real fucking talent in his little feet. He's probably got size 5s, the little man.
Oh, Jesus, Moon Boots. You think you're fucking big dog, you know, passing around the midfield, and you fucking can't make a 6-yard.
Get back, Moon Boots.
You can't make a 6-yard pass.
Get back in your box. The only that's ours. Oh, come on, ref.
I think Romero handled it.
Just when you think you're saucing, Moon Boots just has to step in and just fucking piss you off.
Yeah. It's been about 10 minutes since it's been about me. I'm Eric Dyer. Let me come back in and make it all about me for a minute.
Such a party pooper.
Big up, K, though, brother. Really appreciate support. And hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Where are you tuning in from?
Win that. Good ball. Let's go.
Come on,
Decky.
Sir, he's all over him.
Oh, go on, Kudu.
Find him, Pierre.
Are you letting us play on? Are you, ref? Thanks, mate.
And on.
Such an amazing advantage here. Jesus Christ, ref.
Go on, Porro. Play another one of them zingers.
Okay.
Good ball. Give it out wide to Porro.
Oh,
come on, Porro. Oh, that'll do. Let's get a goal before half time. Come on. And there should be about 10 minutes added on with all the injuries. So
7 minutes.
For
Okay.
fuck's sake. He's 7 minutes after Bednarak went down, let alone Davies on top.
Felt like it was 7 minutes before the game was even really like underway.
Yeah. Yeah, we started 7 minutes late.
Bednarak was throwing up his fucking Paddy's Day celebrations, for fuck's sake.
Imagine
Sunny
if
here.
he bombed up and it came out Black Guinness.
Oh!
Yes! Come on! Wow! I tell you what, though, boys. I tell you what.
You fucking naughty boy.
If he's a yard further back, that goes over the bar. Like, he's hit that so high. That's hit the top of the net. If that's a yard further back, he's skied that one. That's a
Oh, he put everything behind that. He put everything behind that.
Come on, kiss everything. I'll
Coronator.
kiss you if you want. Oh, what a goal!
What a ball. It's good foot. It's great. But what a pass from Sonny. What a pass.
The composer, he just ran.
He's hit the bottom of the bar. I tell you, mate. A foot further out.
Oh, he just put everything behind that. He put like every ounce of weight behind that I could bang.
I asked for a goal before halftime and I fucking got it through the Poronator, aka Pedro Porro, the postman, delivering you again.
I want to shout out to Sonny. What a ball.
Yeah.
What a lovely pass that was.
Yeah, splitting pass.
But what we're doing though, boys, is that we've done this a few times. Oh!
No.
What we're doing though, boys, is that a few times is that we've had it where it gets to Kulu, and then Kulu is actually like in midfield, but somehow Southampton's whole team has like shifted to one side, and Porro finds himself like it's happened a few times now, and that was probably the best moment there. Where earlier, remember, Kulu had that opportunity to play the same pass, he just left him a bit short.
The Sonny will score with Porro. Bet your bottom dollar that with Porro. It's Porro! It's Porro! I love Pedro Porro! It's so good to watch him play. Turning Annie into
We'll see him tomorrow. It's Pedro Porro. He's the only right back I know. It's Pedro Porro.
Porro. Porro. Come on.
Let's go!
Let's go for 6. Fucking do them today. Smash them.
We needed to score a goal before halftime. We really did, though. It was actually crucial. Still got to stay. We still got to get clean sheet, though.
I'm so buzzing for the guy. I'm going to talk to him like I'm in the bedroom with him. It works. It works. Come on. Buzzing. That's it, Porro. High five, Romero. Touch each other as much as you can.
Demand that hand.
Honestly, I love it. The two of them are so aggressive. They just want to, like, punch each other in the chest.
Skunkworks saying he loves Pedro Porro's size 5 feet, Shawnee. He does have little feet. You know he's got little feet.
That's why you can control the feet, you know. And the small feet, you can caress the ball a bit more easily.
That's absolutely true. But like I say, if he took that shot 6 inches further back, give it a minute! It goes skying over the top of the bar, which would be the third shot well over the top from Porro.
Look, the training during the week paid off. Right foot, left foot finishes, and there you are. Boom. Loving it. Couple of super chats to get to. We've got
Nigel C.
Pedro Gogo.
No matter where you go, you got Pedro Porro.
Look, I think we've settled.
Oh no, Skippy!
Come on, boys, stay tight.
Oh, well done, Romero.
I think we've settled on the Poronator, aka Postman Porro, my man. Big yourself.
Postman Porro.
Big up, Nigel C. Good man, Nigel.
Postman Ped.
It doesn't matter whether it's St. Mary's or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. His delivery service is fucking UK wide.
We'll call him Just Eat.
No, he's the DHL. He's the DHL, man. It's international, Dave. He it's right to your doorstep. It's just perfect every time. It's on the money. They should call him the tracking number. That's what they should call him, the tracking number. That's what he is, Dave, because he's just going to track it right to your doorstep.
He's been massive the last 2 games. He's the one that sort of kickstarted the Forest victory, and he's kickstarting this one today. So look at that ball.
We
Oh,
also have
lucky.
Dark Sun G saying Poro class goal and Sonny perfect assist for him. Sonny, he's
Oh,
not gotten his 100th goal yet, but that's his 51st assist.
what a ball, Sean. I think you mentioned it, although we're excited, Porro has got his goal on that. That pass is unbelievable. It's defense splitting. All the bodies were pushing one way, and Son had the nous to tread the ball through that, which allowed Porro all the time. Brilliant ball.
Yeah, absolutely superb. You got to pay homage to that one.
Yeah. Is he back? Sonny back?
I mean, look.
Keeper!
Get rid of it! Look, I thought he played really well against Forest. I thought he's played really well today. He had that shot that zipped wide, was only a foot wide of the right post. That ball was great. He looks like he's got more space to run into. It's a nice nice sight to see him. Running at the ball at the goal. Get rid of it! Well done, Moonhead.
Well done. Good defending.
It's nice to see him running at the ball with the ball at his feet rather than always picking it up in the pocket and then having to turn and then overplaying the game, overworking the move. So I wouldn't go. So I want to see a bit more, like just 2 or 3 more games of it, and then we can get
back Sonny to get a goal still maybe today. So
yeah.
He needs him to. He needs him to.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, clear this, and then we've got a couple more super chats. Let's just Southampton corner. They've gone with a short one. They've gone to
handball maybe.
Oh, please get in the tackle.
Out wide.
Close him down.
Well done,
Pierre. Well done, Saucy.
Well done, Salzburg. Adrian G says the roof is on fire. I mean, the bar is still on fire. They're going to have to repaint it at half time again.
It's still wobbling.
It's silver up there now. Stripped all the paint off
it. Well done, Foster. Now go. Break. Can we go there? Oh, no.
That'll do. Blow it up.
Repaint the bar. Repaint the bar.
Yeah, they will. Actually, another nickname for Pedro Porro, the paint stripper.
The Mask of Porro. Wasn't that a film? The Mask of Porro.
The paint stripper. I love it. Oh, I love it. There you are, everybody. Spurs 1-0 up at halftime. We have the foursome here because we already have Mr. Nick Lazy 801 as well joining us here. Nick, if you already can hear us, they already can see you. I mean, do you agree? Pedro Porro, the paint stripper.
The man has got magic in his feet, man. Is what it looks like. I don't, I've over and over again, give the guy a couple of games to play before you start calling all the fans who wanted him in out of their heads. And it was a complete mistake, man. My question is, how do you let him rinse your entire left side defense 3 times in a row? How is he getting that much space? He should have had a hat trick by now. And I'll also say that goal that could have gone very, very wrong. God bless him, and thank God that he was just enough on an inch more force on that, and it would have been into the stands too. But
that's what I mean. Yeah, crazy.
And another thing here, Nick, Daniel Larson, because I know you'll understand this, Nick, because I actually probably imagine, I bet you met him, is what I bet, is Daniel Larson is saying, from Pedro Pascal and Pedro Porro, I now know the Pedros of the worlds are goats. Can you say that usually there's not a bad Pedro usually?
Man, I'm trying to think of it right now, man. I'm sure in high school I probably met
Pedro Gonçalves during the week as well.
Pedro Gonçalves. It's the week of Pedro.
Pedro's always usually come good, man.
I'm going to change my name on my birth cert to Pedro Harris.
There you are. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Pedro, clearly. It's maybe been the year of the Pedro, you could say, with Pedro Pascal as well, of course, with the, the Last of Us and whatnot. And honestly, as well, Pedro the Poronator, he certainly knows how to deliver the package, Daniel Larson. I would say you could call him maybe Pedro the Postman, Pedro the tracking number, because he's honestly going to find you. No matter where you are, you could be off the grid. He's going to find you with a package, everybody, with the perfect on your doorstep delivery. Big yourself up, Daniel Larson. But Sean, I mean, what would you say was the takeaway from that half? Because you and I were kind of saying before we scored that goal, a bit of a confusing one to wrap your head, because it felt like Spurs were opening up Southampton, but still didn't get that goal. So what's your synopsis now, man?
Look, I think that nothing really changes in my thoughts in the first half. I think that I don't like the fact that we have to go away to the team ranked 20th in the league and then sit off and allow them to come at us. They haven't looked particular. They've had a lot of possession and they've been tricky, and they're playing well. I guess if you're a Southampton fan, you're going to be disappointed you're 1-0 down and you're gonna, if you went in at 0-0 at half time, Southampton fans will be really happy, and that shouldn't be a situation that Tottenham should find themselves in. You're fourth place in the league. You can go third today. You're playing the team that's about to get relegated or one of the candidates for it. You're sitting off and you're allowing them to dictate some things. Now, I know that that's the way that Conte sets the team up, and we like to break. What I was frustrated with, obviously, in the first 15 minutes, I wasn't really getting a clear picture because of the kind of the stream and stuff. But what I was frustrated with is that when we were winning the ball back, there wasn't that desire from the back, the line of the five at the back and the two in front to actually get forward. So all of the pressure was on the front three to kind of figure it out for themselves. So that was the negatives. But the positives, that when we did actually move forward, Southampton did allow us, like, Decky dragging himself across into, like, I love what your point there, Jack. You said it. I thought it was really pertinent. Decky coming across, and it does allow for that wiggle room, that room for the right-hand side to emerge. And this isn't a new thing. Tottenham, for the first half of the season, we've looked at all of the kind of average position stats. You saw that when Perisic's on the pitch and Sonny's on the pitch, everybody leans into our left, down their right, including the defense. And there was always so much room for Emerson to run into. The problem is that Emerson can't do anything with the ball offensively. With Pedro Porro, we now have an outlet. And I think it bodes well for us as the season finishes, that teams are going to notice that you can't give Tottenham too much space down the right, because Pedro Porro is actually a real threat.
I agree with you, but it's also now been the case too that now teams know that if they were to maybe think, oh, well, we'll attack down Pedro Porro's side because, maybe he's weaker defensively, then we have Emerson as a more defensive option, and then they can find themselves kind of stuck with that. Where this is what I mean, Sean. It's like there's no longer a headache really needed when it comes to picking the right-hand side. It's really actually quite lovely now. No Tylenol needed, in my opinion.
Yeah, and look, individually, just to quickly shout out before I hand over for you guys for the next person's take on it. I think that Sonny's done well. I think that Porro's done well, and before he went off, I thought Ben Davies was doing quite well as well. But apart from that, I think Højbjerg and Skippy have been okay. They've been run past a couple of times. They've done some good bits, some bad bits. For me, the standout performance of the game so far is Pedro Porro. Not just his goal, but also the pings, the long balls that he's been pinging across. And I think Sonny's been excellent as well. And Decky, it's nice to see him come in and use his body weight like he used to. They're the three players. Haven't seen much from Harry Kane that I'd write home about, and the rest of the team. And Romero, I think Romero's been pretty good. That's about where I'm at so far.
I think just quickly with Pedro Porro, if you look at the last two games, he gives us that something that we haven't had before, which is actually allowing us to get into the games a bit more in the first half than what we have previously done before he was in that team, because of the balls he can play, his passing range. He can play himself out of trouble by skinning a few people, like we seen there just before his goal, actually. So for me, I think he actually allows us to get a bit more into the game in these first halves. However, I agree with Sean. I don't like how passive we are off the ball. I can understand if you're sitting off and actually setting up banks of lines that teams are struggling to play through, but we're not. Southampton are just walking through us, and that's not good enough. Going to a team like Southampton, the onus should be on us to be able to get after them when we don't have the ball, force them into mistakes, take it back off them. However, I will say it has led to us going 1-0 up, because, I think we back our ability to allow them to get so far up the field, take the ball off them, then they're already caught higher up the field, so we can get on the ball and get in behind them rather than us pinning them back. Now, I hope the second half we do pin them back, because we're 1-0 up. The onus is on them. So I hope we can keep the ball, pin them back, and keep creating. I think Højbjerg and Skip, I do see a problem in there later on in the second half. There will have to be a substitution in there. They're not mobile enough in there this half, in my opinion, Højbjerg or Skip, and that will come to our detriment later on in the game if we don't make a change. Yep. But Pedro Porro definitely our best.
But we only have one more substitution moment as well, right? Obviously we can make up to 5 subs in that moment. We've already used 2. Southampton already used 2. So whatever we do with that, if you're going to bring on Pape Sarr, that's it. That's the last roll.
I think you do it more in like a Basuma type way, where it's like kind of to see out the rest of the game instead of maybe to try to win the game. I think it's more to see out the rest of the game. If we still find ourselves 1-0 down, Sean, let's say 75th minute kind of, period, then you kind of think about just, putting on that extra midfielder, kind of like what we've done with Basuma, because at the end of the day, we only have really 3 central midfielders to choose from in the first place. Steve D here, boys, saying quick summary, boys, just in with a super chat. Steve D, I think you did get a bit of a quick summary, but Dave, could you say anything quickly to the mortal enemy?
No, I think what he means by Porro like that, it just went in maybe. Look, at the end of the day, when you've got quality
Oh.
players, you'll always score goals at Tottenham. So hopefully now we can keep them out. It'll give us a nice 3 points. Look, just get behind Conte for the last few weeks, Steve D. I know you have your issues, and it looks like you're probably going to win out. That Conte will be gone. Just for the next few weeks, let's just get behind them, my man. Big
And
up.
also, Steve, I used to love you on Twitter, and I haven't seen you on Twitter in a while, Steve D. So let me know if you're tweeting, and maybe
Oh,
just
no,
maybe
on that,
Elon Musk is just not doing me well with the algorithm, and is not giving me your tweets anymore, Steve.
I had a back and forth on my personal account with a guy called Steve D, D-E-E, and
different one though. That's a
I
different.
thought I thought it was you, Steve, right? And I was going back and forth having an argument with some guy, and I was like, "Mate, what are you talking about? We talk about this all the time on the Irish Hotspur." And the guy, after like an hour and a half, the guy's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't watch YouTube."
I don't know you. That's hilarious.
Like, oh, my bad. See you later. Then.
That's hilarious. Dark Sun G here with the super chat for you, Nick. And he says, this was the quickest that a wingback scored after joining us. This shows that our right wingbacks are our strongest in depth. Now Sonny needs to score as well. What would you say, Dark Sun G, Nick?
You're absolutely right. I'm surprised. I mean, other than unless you categorize Danny Rose as a wingback, right? I mean, he scored at his debut, right?
Good point.
But yeah. I mean, absolutely, 100%. I'm really enjoying the fact that Son's not being as selfish as he has been in previous months. He's allowing other players to get through and opening up for them. That makes the entire team much more dangerous. I think he will get his chance, though, man. I think now that we're 1-up, they have to come at us. That allows our break on them game plan. It gives us much more space for that. I don't like the fact that we have to resort to that every time. And I agree with David, man. That first 30 minutes, it was like we were a team full of Eric Dyers. It was just lay off for the first 30 minutes. We're giving them much, much more respect than they deserve. I hope that that flips around the other way.
I love also as well just not having this headache anymore with the right wing back situation. I mean, Pedro Porro now, starting to show that it's just nice to have this trade off where at one stage Emerson, everybody was saying can't drop Emerson. And now it's like Pedro Porro, like can't drop Pedro Porro. And I'm just liking this trade off right now. It's just so much better than what it used to be with Aurier and players like Doherty, etc. And let's be honest also, I mean, Jed Spence is, I heard, not doing too well over at Rennes. So it's even the case that maybe, some of the reasons he wasn't played in the first place could be actually coming through here. And it's just nice to have a nice sort of right wing back situation for us finally. Big yourself up, Dark.
You know what it is? It's like, you're not dealing with Serge Aurier who gives away penalties and free kicks needlessly. You're not dealing with a Matt Doherty who refuses to get forward with the football, who wants to pass it inside every time.
Yeah.
You're dealing with players who actually want to affect the game going forward, but also defensively, they're solid. And it makes a good change. And this is what I've been talking about over the last few years when I talk about some of these players that have been here for quite some time.
Yeah.
They simply just don't cut the mustard, and by upgrading on them, you will see a lot better football.
Ray Chester saying happy birthday, Sean. Come on, you Spurs. And then Moondog with a super chat, Sean, saying my Poro bet came in 144 quid return.
Wow.
Whoa, nice.
Sean, I think you're muted, or Matt, he's maybe he's gone off that. So, but Moondog, I'll get back to him later. I'll get that answer from Sean. Don't you worry, Moondog. So
listen,
stay
Moondog,
tuned, my friend.
Change your Dyer bet to a Poro bet. You're gonna bank out every time.
Love that.
Do you know what? Put a fiver in that winnings onto Sonny to score second half, and you're gonna be today.
Chase Mullins with a super chat. We're actually in third, everybody. Crazy season, man. I know Man United have a game in hand, but how in the world are we third? What a weird season. I take third all day. Believe me, I was listening to this on the Guardian podcast, Chase, where it was like they talked about it for like 20 minutes. Even a fellow Irishman of Dave, Barry Glendenning, was like, I have no idea how Spurs are in fourth. It feels like they've lost every game this season, and they find themselves still challenging in fourth. And I don't disagree. It is just kind of a weird situation where we've just sort of picked up 3 points here and there, maybe when we really needed to, and other teams have dropped points when we probably didn't expect them. And it's just been a bit of a circus of a season. And Spurs, I guess, while we've been a bit of a circus ourselves, have been less chaotic than I guess other teams. And that's what maybe the theme of this season is kind of is like, can you be less inconsistent than other, inconsistent teams, because Liverpool, they'll beat a team 7-0, then they'll lose to Bournemouth 1-0 the next game. And it feels like Spurs are somewhat similar, but I don't know if we've been that type of, up and down club. And it feels like a lot of the big teams this season, for me personally, have just been so up and down that Spurs have benefited from that.
Yeah.
You know what, though, lads, and Chase and Nick and Jacko and Shawnee, league table doesn't lie. Yeah, we've been poor at times, but the reality is other teams have been worse, and that's just the reality of it. We deserve to be where we are. We fought for at times. Look, I think the season has been a drag because the football has been poor. Certain players have not been at it. New signings have come in and they haven't exactly hit the ground running. But at the end of the day, we've grinded out results when, and that's why we're sitting here third as we speak. And long may it continue. I wouldn't mind finishing third because then that's an improvement on last season, fourth to third.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Big yourself up, Moondog, and it's good to see. And Chase Mullins, it's good to see such a good return for the likes of Moondog and then Chase Mullins. I'm honestly, I think it's kind of just been that sort of season where you just don't really know what to expect from some of the big teams. There's been no consistency, and Spurs have weirdly been more consistent than the other teams. And we probably can't understand it because we think we probably aren't all that great. I kind of agree. We are a bit inconsistent ourselves, but we've just are finding ourselves to be slightly more consistent than the others. That's the only way I can explain it. But I'm with you, Chase. I think it is a very perplexing one.
What I would say is, right, even though we've been inconsistent, we know why we've been inconsistent, which I find a bit relieving in a way, because I know exactly what we need to do this summer. It'd be worse if you were inconsistent and you didn't know why. I think the fact that we sort of know why is sort of relieving a little bit for me anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And Craig Bowler, in case you're wondering, I did see a follow-up article about even Spence's, defensive struggles. As much as I definitely jumped the gun, there was even a follow-up article just recently from Ali Gold, in case you want to. But big yourself up, my friend. It's good to see you in here. But Nick, what would you say, before, the second half kind of gets kicked off here? And I think we're actually about to kick off on it. What would you say maybe going into this half? What needs to happen here?
We need to really put it to them. We need to get on the ball early. We need to get the first balls. I mean, the same thing, but stop giving them so much respect. I think, get in their faces and put the heavy press on. We need to be moving the ball side to side, like I saw at the second half of that Nottingham Forest game, too, because they won't be able to handle that. When we break on them fast, they're all out to sea, and we need to do that more and more and more. And I'll see you guys later.
Good man. All right, see you at full time, Nick.
Your input, my man. See you at full time, brother. Everyone pick up Nick. Absolute great. I like Nick.
Great comment.
He adds to the conversation. Absolutely love it. But you know what?
Nick's
Just like what Nick was saying, we just got to just take the steam out of the game for the first few minutes of this half.
Yeah, 100%.
What are you going to say, Shawnee?
No, just saying I love Nick's amazing. Love. Oh no! Wait a minute!
Oh, no! We conceded. Fuck off. Jay Adams, he wouldn't hit the bar.
A minute in.
4-7. Fuck me. Jesus.
Not even a minute in.
Oh my
seconds.
Lord.
We're all at sea. We're absolutely ripped apart. Ripped apart. Who's at fault here?
I didn't even see it.
I can't even see it either. I was still
pouring my fucking beer.
We came
Jesus
down
Christ.
Came down the left side. We got absolutely ripped apart. Everyone was at sea. He's
off.
off.
No, he's off. Might be off. He might be off there.
He's got to be off. Good ball across. Romero, the Dyer weren't.
It's a great ball.
I hope he's off. I really hope he is.
Theo Walcott. Let's see that again. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a close one.
Someone could have kept him on. Remember, Pedro Porro kept people on last time.
Yeah.
What a ball.
To me, though, he looked a bit off. Let's have a look.
Can we see the replay again? Can we see the fucking replay again, please?
Shown us the goal 20 times over, for God's sake. Are they even looking at this? If they don't even look at this is a crime.
Perisic, everybody's saying torn to bits. No, they didn't even look at it. He's fall on.
Fucking look at it.
Didn't even look at it. If that is offside, I am going to go absolutely mad.
They must have looked at it, mate. They must have looked at it and said no. They haven't got.
Everybody's saying Perisic. Torn to bits.
Half the Southampton fans weren't even back in their seats. Fuck's sake, not what we needed. Going back to the Jose days, just concede after halftime. So stupid.
It's always been a momentum killer for Spurs. I really hope it doesn't this time.
Doesn't change the game, that goal.
Well, Southampton need a win, so they're not going to, a point. I mean, I suppose they would probably bite their hand off for a point, maybe.
Well,
Let's
I
go,
know, Jerome.
Sonny. One more, son.
Sir!
Sir!
Poro.
Can we
Now
go back
go
for the?
back.
Let's
Now
go
go
back for the
on.
fucking free kick. There's no
Aye.
advantage there.
He's a disgrace, that
There's no reason to play advantage then.
ref.
Well done, Romero.
No advantage there. If you take the fucking cross first time,
It's just Perisic is a liability. I'm sorry.
well done.
Big up,
Who's
Jerome, my man. It's ridiculous. I think Perisic
Wrong
is
way.
he's just such a liability in defense. Step up, Perisic. Oh,
one of
well
you
done,
is putting
Pierre.
it
Well
on.
done.
Yeah.
Great job, Pierre. Sir!
Oh, you don't play fucking advantage that time, do you, you prick? Fuck off! You don't play advantage then? Fucking idiot. Slows us down with the whistle and fucks
Give it
us
yellow
on the other
then.
side.
Give it yellow then.
Fucking outrageous. Get your card out, you little prick.
That goal is just such a momentum killer.
I don't think there's any contact. Oh, fucking dickhead. That's a yellow card for him all day long on the Sunny challenge.
We're so shit defensively.
Fucking conspiracy against Tottenham, I swear to God.
A lot of people saying that goal was offside.
They're in behind here. Top of the box.
How are we letting them
Hey,
run by
Adams.
5 players?
Top of the ball. Oh, he's so easy. Why are they getting this across?
Perisic, get rid of it! Mate, for fuck's sake, bro!
How are they getting
You
this?
are
How
like
do
a
you still have
fucking
it here?
tanker!
They're even missing passes and they're still having it.
Perisic is like a fucking oil tanker. He cannot turn. Fuck off! Don't you dare give me a yellow card for that, you little prick.
Oh, is he giving them a free kick? Oh, that is so bloody soft.
He's been such a liability, Perisic.
He doesn't even know whether to go to the ball or drop back.
Oh,
He
we're
doesn't know
stuck
what
with
to
it. We're
do.
stuck with him now for however long.
Ah,
Hoiberg's fucked up
fair
there.
enough.
But that's unbelievable. Perisic, if we're stuck with Perisic now, I think you automatically need to fucking start to practice with Emerson at left wing back.
Ward-Prowse free kick. This is fucking not nice.
Bit far out though, isn't it? What was that 26
Even if he
yards?
delivers it in, you know, he's good at these fucking free kicks. It's a worry. Come on, Kuru, get our 6'4" you behind that wall line.
Score one against Wolves like this.
Oh, come on, please no. How long does he want to take it as well? I mean, we've already been going on 5 minutes here. It's a fucking free kick. The referee just wants a break. It's a joke. Look at him. Fat little bugger. Yeah, have another fucking breather, why don't you? And probably go out and have a kebab tonight, you dickhead.
Come on, Fraser. Focus, mate.
Come on, focus,
big man.
Fraser.
Focus, big man.
No.
Over.
Oh,
Jesus.
not far though. He's so good, isn't he?
Being a Spurs fan is so frustrating. So
I'm pissed off. Like, obviously the goal, mate, but I'm pissed off with the fucking referee. Like, you help us with an advantage when there's no advantage to be had,
yeah.
and then you slow us fucking down by giving the free kick when there is a massive advantage. When Hoiberg's through to be able to put a Decky through, like.
Yeah. Now, Tottenham, you have to go to work now. You have to realize this.
Kick into another gear. Yeah, we're at war now, fuckers. Let's go.
It's your fault, you know. So now don't start sitting back off the ball.
Win that ball, Sonny. No, okay.
Why is the midfield not pressing up with the forward? Fuck me. Look at the two of them. They're standing there.
We're not playing against Arsenal. We're playing against Southampton. Have some courage of your convictions, for fuck's sake.
Hoiberg's just jogging. Kane's just jogging.
Second half FC. I'm going to sit on our fucking arse, FC.
Feels like we've been sitting on our ass majority of these players all game, except Poro.
Look at the space there again. It's embarrassing.
They're all turned. They're all fucking... Why are you tired? You haven't played. You haven't played since last weekend. Why are you tired?
It's
Fucking
their
wake
fault
up.
we're playing one game a week, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Here.
Nottingham Forest wasn't even a fucking tough game. It was a walk in the park. So find some fucking motivation, boys.
It's just showing our form away from home. We just need to pick ourselves up here. It's just away from home. It's not going to be as easy as it is.
We're like a deflated fucking balloon
If
right now.
someone doesn't go and smash someone to liven someone up in a minute, I'm gonna fucking scream. Like they're just
There you are.
around.
Come on,
That's
win
why.
it.
How everyone else go? No, Jesus Christ, stand in there. Perisic, go.
Long lay,
wait.
mate. Someone tell him. Nice turn.
Jesus Christ!
Well done.
Moonhead. Okay. Jesus.
You
It's
don't have
such a hospital pass, Moonhead.
Oh, ref!
Ref, he just handballed it there as well.
No, I don't like the look of this. Someone's Jesus Christ. Why is he allowed to run like that? He's allowed to
Nice.
Let's go.
There you
Let's
are,
go
Kulu.
now.
Get
Make
up.
a run for him.
See, this is the
Harry-
problem.
Harry
He's
Kane
so far
fucking
back,
dribbling.
no one else can get further up with him.
It's the problem.
He's
There's
on
no, where's the energy from
There you are,
Højbjerg and
Pedro.
Skip?
Get in the box,
Where is
he
Højbjerg
can.
and Skip? Where are you?
Sonny. Perisic.
Kulu, give it back out to Perro.
Højbjerg and Skip were just fucking walking forward then.
Pass
Can't
All
be on those
in.
front three.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
what
What
is
is that?
Skip and Højbjerg are passengers.
Like, the ball breaks. One of you at least has to get up there and make a late run into the box.
Yeah.
It's a handball, ref. Well, let's have a look at that again.
His arm out. Yeah,
That's
it's
a
out.
fucking
It's out.
handball.
He's moved it up
He's
to the
done
ball.
this.
He's moved it up to the
Might have
ball.
hit his
That's
chest.
No,
It might have hit his
no,
chest.
it wasn't. He moved his hand to the
Might have hit
fucking
his
ball.
chest. Yeah, I think it could have hit his chest. I'm not sure though.
Hang on, they're checking it. I'm listening to it. They're checking it. Let's look at it again then, please.
I mean, Sean, it's always we never get a break. We never get a break. I'm sorry.
Yeah, VAR again.
We never get a
it.
break.
It's a penalty all day long. He's moved his arm to the ball.
He's
Look
hit
at
his
it.
arm.
We never get a break.
Oh, check complete. Fuck
Yep,
you.
never get a break.
No
I'm
way.
sorry.
No way.
We never get a break.
They gave one against Kulu last week. For moving his hand towards the direction of the ball. How? is that
VAR
not
is a
given?
fucking joke.
He's moved his arm.
I've never
like that.
seen us get one break this season on VAR.
He moved his arm up to block that ball.
Let's
There
go.
you are.
Let's go,
There you
Jackie.
are.
Punished him.
Oh, fuck
Punished-
you.
Oh, no way. Go away. Go away.
Who's off? Is it Kulu?
He's not off. He's just not.
Why is his hand up? He's supposed to wait until the play plays out.
He did that every other time with Theo
Then,
Walcott.
they don't want us to get top four. They just don't want it. Oh, man.
He looks about 29 years old, that bastard.
Yeah, he does. How long do they want to get on with the game? Jesus Christ. I've had enough time to have a shit and wipe my ass, for fuck's sake.
Come on, Tottenham.
Back to your keeper. Oh my God, it's a simple way he hits it down the middle.
Oh no! Oh, what a challenge!
Challenge.
What a challenge! Who's done that? Was that Moon Boots?
Sonny, go on, Sonny. Yeah, no, it was Skip.
Oh, finally! Finally! Well, that Skip with the challenge, was it?
Yeah,
Skip is our best tackler in our team, I think.
He's
I think he's
unbelievable
absolutely
challenge.
superb at getting the ball back.
Oh, they show us the replay on this one, all right. Get on with it, Tottenham. He's void of all confidence, Perisic.
Oh, that's just pussy-ish from you. Who was that? Porro?
This is
No.
frustrating me.
Oh, Porro. He scuttled out of that one.
It's becoming incredibly frustrating. We need to get going this half. I just can't believe that
First
wasn't
30
him.
seconds. First 30 seconds of the fucking half.
Like, the guy literally moved his arm up to block the ball. That's not ball to arm. That's moving your arm into the way of the ball.
Don't you dare give a fucking handball, you little cunt. Oh, excuse my French.
No, where's
Moonhead, how are you letting him in behind?
Oh my God, he is so bad. He is so.
There was
so
only
bad.
one man you had to mark there, bro.
He's so bad.
Theo Walcott. Why is Theo Walcott just having such a fucking easy
Oh,
time?
Jesus Christ. Who was that long lay? Fucking pay attention!
Just wake up. Just genuinely, just fucking wake up. We've been so lethargic today, so sleepy today. Come on, guys, move off the fucking football. Just move. Just move in general. I'm asking for the basic. You got paid 200K this week. 200K. Just move.
The only changes you can make, you have to make a double move, double
You
change,
gotta make
right?
one in midfield. You have to.
But yeah, so you bring on Pape Sarr on for Højbjerg or for Skip, but it's going to be Skippy because
Yeah.
you know meritocracy doesn't matter.
Oh,
And
are they
and then
aware
maybe
of this?
and then maybe you bring on.
Do you know what's annoying me? See this slow passing, moving around shit. That's what they should have done when we
Oh,
There
were
you
it's
are.
great football.
There you are,
What touch
Kulu.
was
Should
Just
have
get him,
done
son.
when we
Come
were
on.
1-0 up.
Ah!
1-1. They're trying to
Come on!
fucking hell. Like they should have done.
Where's
all
your
that slow
anticipation,
passing.
Pierre?
Up. It's embarrassing.
I'm gonna start banging things in a minute.
Pathetic. It's pathetic. You have your trousers pulled down by Southampton.
Let's go.
There you are, Kulu. Come on, sir!
Ref. Oh,
Get off your fucking knees, Ollie Skip!
how was ref not blowing that though? He was clipped when he went to keep the ball.
Yeah, but if it's not given, you get off your fucking knees
Yeah,
and you get back and
I
do some
agree.
work. Stop fucking sulking.
They all need to do some fucking work here.
There's fucking 2 banks of fucking
Højbjerg,
5-4-1.
will you
We're doing
push
5-4 fucking 1 against Southampton. Jesus Christ!
That's it, Romero. Someone has to do it. Why is Romero do now? Now they all want to
There you
go.
go.
Why did you have to
There you
wait for Romero?
go. Finally.
Now get with
4
him.
on
Who's that?
3, 4 on 3. Make sure we
There you
finish
are.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on,
Don't
Carey!
shoot.
Damn it,
Oh,
Terry! You have Kulu
It's
there as
4 on
well.
3. It's 4 on fucking 3.
Fucking bury it, man. If you're gonna shoot it, bury it.
It's
The
4
fuck
on
was that?
3.
You have
wasn't
Kulu
even
right
close.
there.
He's not even close.
Play Kulu in. Why is he
He's
shooting?
not even
Miles.
close. He's not even
Miles
close.
away.
Jesus, please challenge the keeper.
It's 4 on 3. You've got to finish them.
Challenge the
Fucking
keeper,
Skyler.
man.
Fuck's sake, Harry.
Now they want to say hi.
Better bury the next one, Harry. Come on, man.
You owe us, bro. You owe me. I've got bets on.
We've allowed him to pick up the ball on the edge of his box and run to halfway unchallenged. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Look at the setup. Look at the defensive shape. Where's
Yeah,
the press? Why can't we press?
I need the toilet.
Why can't we fucking press, Jack?
We've just been devoid of. I think it's come from the midfield, though. Sadly, I think Pierre's just not had the energy today. It needs to come more from the midfield, in my opinion. There you are, boys. Time, sir. Skip though. I mean, it's just also we've
Skip's
lost the
looking
ability to
forward.
win the second ball. It feels like as well, too, Sean.
Yeah, the midfield 2 look exhausted.
But we're
We've
not
got
even
good
trying to win the
players.
ball, let alone when we do try to. When there is the second ball.
Look at them all walking. They're all fucking walking.
It's just such a different team away from home. It feels like.
Yeah. Come on, Tottenham. We're not losing
Come on,
the game.
Porro.
One goal away from being in the lead again. Let's go. Come on. I don't think we're playing when we've got the ball. I don't think we're playing badly with the ball. It's just off the ball. I
Yeah,
think we're
off the
slow,
ball,
sloppy.
exactly. It's like we're so out of it off the ball, but on the ball we're not that bad. I
We're
agree.
fine.
Actually,
Yeah, we're fine on the ball.
Perisic,
Get it in! That's a lovely ball.
Harry Kane, top of the box here. Oh, nice little one in a sunny.
Oh, what's the point of doing that though? You're doing a 1-2 with him where he's got to walk into 4 fucking Southampton players. Jesus Christ! Let's go, Tottenham. Let's go.
Kulu.
That ball!
Handball. I just caught the end of that. That's handball.
It looked like a handball to me.
If you don't
Salisu.
look at this, I am going to absolutely rub that baldy slap head referee.
They're saying it was just a block. It didn't hit his hand. It looked like a handball to me.
Well held.
Come on, Harry.
Sunny.
Oh, fucking hell. It's so bloody predictable. It's an interesting game, though. It's an interesting game. Southampton looking to...
Oh, Perisic, man. That's right
Perisic,
there.
timing.
Overrunning it.
One of you is going engaged the fucker. Why are you
Moonhead. Top of the box.
Oh, no. No.
No.
Good
Oh,
well
well
Good
done.
block.
Well done, Skippy.
Good
Skippy
block.
again.
Come on, Kulu.
Yes,
There you
Decky!
go, Kulu.
Kane
Oh, no,
makes a
it's
run.
Nice Kulu.
The stream's starting to skip. Don't you dare stream skip for me.
Yeah, get
Get
up.
up.
How long
Get
do we want to
up.
keep him on the
I don't
ground?
want to see your arse cheek.
Yeah.
Change the camera angle. I can see your
that. You don't need to
pubes.
see that.
Get rid of them.
If you look closely, you can see his bollock hanging out, for fuck's sake.
Adrian Chia is saying watching Spurs play is like making knitting look competitive. I think like off the ball, Adrian, like we just look like we're on the beach already off the ball. Like we just don't.
Yeah,
We
off the
look
ball, on the ball, we're looking
unwilling,
good.
and there's no passion to make a tackle. There's no passion to try to win the ball back. I feel like on the ball, I agree with John. Like, have we really been as terrible as we have in other games? No, I don't think so. I think we've been better than we have in other games. I think we have created chances. And in fact, even look at Harry Kane, the way that he just wasted that one counterattack.
Yeah,
look at some of the chances.
Wasted opportunities. Yeah, wasted chances.
So I don't know, Sean. Like you said, we're good going forward, but we're dreadful off the ball, like you said.
Yeah. I still want to watch that fucking VAR again, please.
Yeah, show us Walcott's wrong. No, they won't.
He wraps himself around the post as well, the player. They won't show us it again, though. They will not show it again.
I wonder was the guy that tapped it in offside as well, because the ball had to go forward.
Yeah.
I wonder was he already ahead of Walcott on the run as well?
They never show it a second time if it's Tottenham. If it was Man United, they'd show it 94 fucking times. Or if it was Liverpool, we'd still be waiting for the VAR to make their decision.
I'm sorry, but how long are we going to allow Southampton to keep slowing this game down as well?
Skippy here.
Do you think they're happy with the points?
Set piece going. Fucking hell. Perisic, you better do something now. You fucking owe us. You better pull a goal out of the bag.
He hasn't scored for us, has he?
No.
No.
Here we go. Come on.
Come on, Dex.
Man.
Show us your strength, mate. If you can't show us your pace, show us your strength.
Oh,
Post the ball! It's coming! Better! Yeah! Decky with the fucking loft and
Come on, H.
That's what I'm talking about!
I'm so reliable, the big man. Come on!
Great ball in. Conte's beckoning at the players. Great ball in. Great ball from Kulusevski. It feels like Kulu, boys. He's been missing that ball for a while this season, and that ball has not come off for him in some time. Finally, it's come off, and it's Big H with the noggin.
Look at this.
I'll tell you what, that's one of my
anytime headers, Sean, as well from Big H.
Yeah, it's one of my. I think I need one more header on target from Harry Kane, and I think I get out for now on my bets today. So,
come on, Harry, come on,
come on, Big H.
Let's fucking do this. Whoa! Look at that. He's so strong in the air. Honestly, honestly, it's madness. It's like, you know, when the rugby players throw up the catcher for the throw-ins. That's what it was like. He doesn't even need people to hold him up. Just gets up there. Boom. Give me that. If you ever look at him closely, he's always got red horns either side of his forehead. That's fucking entering.
Leslie Crawford saying, "Who said take Kane off?"
If Harry Kane scores, so I've got him to score one goal with a header and score one from outside the box. 80-1 I had on that one. If he scores one from outside the box in the next 25 minutes, then that's a lovely. I'll put £3 on it. 240 quid.
Also, over 380 in the house, everybody. Please smash that like button if you haven't already, everybody. Come on, everybody. Especially if you've been liking the stream, especially if you're synced up with us. Even if you're not, if you've just been enjoying the reactions, please, everybody, hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything.
Just off a little bit now. Just don't be fucking donkeys on the ball.
Yeah, please. We should
Let's
be
go,
2-0
Harry.
up. We should be 2-0 up instead of 2-1.
Ah!
Great job, Sean.
Sorry.
Oh, holding them. Sean!
Sean!
Sean, you should apologize for taking back that sir. You should apologize for apologizing for sir.
No, I got to do it for you, mate. When you were doing,
Exactly. No, you were holding me accountable, Sean. I should be apologizing to you.
There was a Sir Black hole going on, and I needed to fill it.
I just hope Tottenham don't lose this now. It's been good vibes today. I've enjoyed being back with the three of you guys.
Yeah, same, mate. Same.
Let's fucking get the win. Sean's birthday, Paddy's Day yesterday, Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yeah, nice weekend.
Grand Slam, UFC card, brilliant. You know, it's a perfect weekend. Just don't do it.
Yeah. 100%.
We want another, says IB.
If Harry Kane, I need Harry Kane to score one from outside the box. If he does, then I'm quids in as well.
Sonny to score next, I would reckon. Win that, smash him. Well done.
Oh, great clearance.
I'll do. Now sit back all you want.
I don't want us to sit back though. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. You're asking for trouble.
I know. There we go. Now Højbjerg's moving.
Well done, Højbjerg.
Man
Love
on,
to the
Pierre!
Jesus, man.
It's all right. Give it to Fraser. Look at that. Calm it.
Oh, a first-time pass. You never see that from Hugo.
Hugo would have absolutely.
It wasn't
sent,
ideal, though. It was a
Hugo
bobble.
would have sent that to Portsmouth.
Hugo would have still made that pass after 3 touches.
Honestly, you'd be looking for the ball out on the Atlantic Ocean.
No, look at the goal. The goal he concedes to West Ham. Believe me, he takes 3 touches and then Lex still hits it out of play.
That's unfair of this Southampton manager sending Goldilocks on the bench into the Three Bears. You know, it's not right. Who's the guy coming on with the blonde dreadlocks?
Chekumara. Not a bad player actually. I think he's good.
Hopefully he huffs and puffs.
Him and Bella Kotchap. I wouldn't know about him, but I would say Bella Kotchap absolutely put on my shopping list. And James Ward.
Oh yeah, bottle of ketchup. I'd take him all day long.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's a good player.
Good with chips as well. Good
So
he
content.
made it. He had a German
players
national
from
team
Southampton.
call up. He even had a German national team call up, and he's like 19. Ward Prowse.
How much do you think those 3 players cost? If Southampton go down, Bazumu, whatever his name is, Bazuno.
Ward Prowse is going to cost. If they go down, he gets cut in half his price, I imagine, if they go down.
Bazuno, bottle of ketchup, and would that be in and of itself a decent window?
Yeah. Well, no, you still.
I think bottle of ketchup is more like a backup kind of player, like
Yeah.
good for the future, but still obviously huge talent. I think you still need to get a Bastoni like player.
He's the replacement for Joe Roden sort of.
He's
thing,
more
yeah.
like a Tanganga Sanchez replacement, I would say. Kind of like someone to come in for Romero.
So you still need someone better than that.
Yeah.
So how about that?
He
for
might
a
even
transfer
qualify
window?
sort of as like a homegrown. He's that young. I'm not even kidding. Like Bella Kotchap.
If you were to get Bastoni plus the 3 players from Southampton, Ward Prowse, bottle of ketchup.
Oh, sorry,
and,
didn't change the score. Big yellow card from Jack. Sorry about that, everybody.
I'd be happy with that, Sean. I'd be happy with that. If you got Bastoni
Thank you, Dave.
from Southampton, I think it'd be a good window.
Sorry about that, Patty. Sorry about that, Dave Janola. My bad.
Jack's scaring everyone. It's not Halloween yet, Jack.
Adrian Gia saying, talk about knitting. That was a pinpoint cross. Come on, you Spurs.
Nice pinpoint. Very good.
You know, this is what I was saying in the pre-match build-up. I don't believe, we need to touch that right-hand side at all. I'd be happy with Kulu and Richarlison because I believe Richarlison is much better on the right than what he is the left. And Porro and Emerson, and then just get a backup for Romero at right side, the centre-back. That right-hand side is nasty.
Yeah. But our left side is shit.
Oh, yeah. We were saying that earlier on. The left side and the centre-backs, we need improving. And a goalkeeper. Fuck me, Leeds Wolves.
Well, you're getting Udogie in.
Yeah, Bazunu. If we get him or a goalkeeper. Yeah,
so
we get him.
Bazunu, Udogie, bottle of ketchup, Ward Prowse, and Bastoni, and that's a nice five ball to come in for next season, isn't it?
You're making Levy nauseous, Sean. He's.
Southampton's like. Yeah, but Southampton's one of the few clubs that Daniel Levy has got history working with.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they like him or not. I think they might hate him.
And if
Actually,
Southampton go down, you would like to think Ward Prowse probably maybe half the price. Bella Ketchup, you'd probably think they'll have to cash in on a few of their players. So
yeah. Well, how much would Ward Prowse be if they stay up? Do you reckon 50 million?
Yeah, easy. I'd pay 50 million for him.
Yeah, I think they have good talent pool there.
Yeah. Rupert Lowe's not the chairman anymore, is he?
God, Perisic is shocking defensively.
Really?
Oh no, Jesus! Get out!
He's such a liability defensively.
Yeah,
he really is.
That was a really good.
Oh, what a save!
Wow. We're getting comfortable again. Well done, Fraser Foster. You deserve your spot, my man.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck's sake! I mean, Perisic is such a liability.
Come on, Tottenham. Let's get back into this.
Come on, Tottenham.
Ward Prowse on the ball.
30 minutes left. All I need is a header on target that goes in the goal, and it happens to also be from outside the box, and I'm quids in.
Jesus,
dude.
So
no, that was still
Sonny!
He dribbles more than me.
Oh, let's go!
Here are Skippy!
Sir!
Sean, though, Perisic is like, I don't think there's a reason to play Perisic in any regard. Like, he's just so. It's just such a liability.
He has to be played there now.
He can't be played at left wing back. Like I'd almost consider.
You got no Ben Davies and you got no Sessegnon.
No, but he's just. It's almost at this stage where it's like he's not even a left wing back. Where it's like this is the point. It was like people criticized Emerson so much, but it was like at least you could rely on him defensively, which is almost more important
Yeah,
actually
I
at
don't know what you
times.
can rely on Perisic
The
for
thing
anymore.
is, what you could do
Exactly,
is
Sean. I don't know what you
move,
can. Yeah.
you could move Perisic up to be Son's replacement next season, and then
No.
you bring Reguilon back. You keep him. There's your.
I'd
left
rather
back.
he be a utility player to play right wing, left wing,
But
striker,
he
or
can't
whatever. I'd
score.
rather
He
he
can't
do that.
shoot. He's never shot. Is he hit the last time I remember him
Yeah.
hitting the ball on target was it AC Milan where he had the header, the flying
Great
header.
hold up play from Kulu
Kulu's
here.
just
Oh,
brilliant.
he's skinning
He's
it.
just
Large man,
brilliant.
Tecker.
Corner!
He's such an animal. Honestly, he's like that kid in the playground where people just bounce off him. He's
Great
already-
work.
Yeah. He is. He's a punch bag, isn't he?
Yeah, I love
Great
him.
large
I love
man
him.
work by Kulu there. Absolute great hold up play.
Harry Kane is going to get a header on target here, and that's going to make my bet come in.
Big up Sue Shant. He says, "How are you lads? We're doing good, my man. Oh, we're always doing good when Tottenham are winning."
Big up,
Big
Susan.
yourself up.
Good man. Dean
on,
Williams, good to see you, my friend. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thanks for also taking a pic with us and all that good stuff, my friend. Good to see you, Dean. Good man.
Big up, Dean. Good to see you, brother. My man. Come on, Sonny. Good delivery. I'm feeling good. I might let Moonhead have a go. Oh,
Boy Berg.
Dyer
oh,
got the
smash
flick.
body. Oh,
Salzburg.
it's a good ball.
Back post
Good
to
ball.
Sonny. He's onside. Come on, Sonny. Do him, son.
Kulu, good ball. Good
Harry
ball.
Kane! Oh, it's...
Oh, yes!
Yes! Oh, he's fucking done it! He's done it! Oh,
He's
listen, give him a
silent
very,
for
very.
He's silent. Big hit. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. It's the opposite this time.
I will take it. The commentators bless. The commentators bless.
Exactly right.
He got
Big
one.
hitch. Great hitch.
Oh, I'm buzzing for him. Come on, Perisic. Perry delivering the fucking hot sauce like
Ooh.
it says on the bottle.
No, it's not
Oh,
even a
what a
deflection.
hit.
He's just smashed
Hit
it
it
into the
straight
ground.
into the
It's
ground. It's not a bad hit at
It's a
all.
good finish.
This
It's
is
a
what I'm
brilliant
saying.
hit.
Sean, don't put him at left wing back. Let's put him at left wing. Let's put him
Well,
at
this
striker.
is the first,
Let's put
the
him at
first
right
example.
wing.
The first example of him ever.
Just get him away from the defense, Sean. This is all I'm saying. Just get him away from
Yeah.
the defense. Just get him as far away from it as possible. Get him as far
Buzzing.
away from the defense as possible, Parasite.
Oh, finish. Conte's loving it. Look at that.
Come
Look, Perisic
on.
doesn't even celebrate. Do you know what? I love that. He knows it's so long overdue. He doesn't even celebrate.
I know he's been having a tough time from the Spurs fans as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I took away his itch title at one stage. I was that frustrated with him. He's had a rough time. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think honestly, I think he is actually the guy that we could use as a utility player, left wing, right wing striker across the forward line. He'll do a good job because he's still a technically good player. Like he's technically sound. Like he is a techie player, but it's just sort of defensively, he's just a liability. That's just all it is. When we already have a liability of a defense.
Was that Romero? Rid of it! Well done, long late.
Our defense is already shaky. We can't already have a guy like him there.
Nah, I'm buzzing for Mr. Hot Sauce. I fucking love
Yeah,
it.
same. I'm delighted for him as well.
2 wing backs scoring, brilliant.
That's the wing back system. Conte's back in. I can't wait to hear some content creators saying the wing back system works.
Well, all of our attacking players have contributed today.
Oh,
Fraser!
Fraser!
Contributed today. Perisic has scored, Son assisted, Kulu assisted, Kane scored, and Porro scored. So all the players going forward have contributed in some way or another.
Dark Sun G saying that this is the first time our wingbacks have scored in both games. It's been a while. I mean, what was that last time? Sessegnon and Doherty maybe was a game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, who is that number 3 who hit that ball for Southampton? He's got a double-barreled name. You seen the size of his shoulders? You seen the size of his shoulders? Like you need to have a back that big in order to get all those letters put on all in one go.
Back post. Neither of them could win it.
Oh no!
Sick.
Walcott
jumping into each other.
Walcott.
God,
it's just like Forrest. You just can't rely on us. You really can't. You can't rely on us.
You're not winning that though. He's supposed to be a
You can't rely on us to keep goals out. You really can't. We have to win every game 4-3. We have to win every game 3-2.
He doesn't even get off the fucking ground.
What's gone on there? Don't even see what happened. Corner kick.
Cleared away by Højbjerg.
Højbjerg with a clearance.
It's not a bad clearance. It's not a bad clearance at all. But James Ward-Prowse kept onside. He looked off there maybe for a second. Che Kumara wins the header.
It's Ollie, Skip, and Perisic, I think, at the back
Perisic,
post.
Me.
Ollie, Skip, and Perisic. I don't know who's
It's
to blame for
also
that, to be
Harry.
honest.
It's Dyer and Harry Kane though. Both dropped to the back line, and none of
They
them
did nothing on the post. Did nothing on the line.
It's got to be Moonhead there though, because at the end of the day, Harry Kane's a striker, whereas Eric Dyer abandons Theo Walcott right there. He does leave him. He does leave Theo Walcott right there. He leaves him and he goes to the line instead. Instead of sticking with Walcott, he goes to the line.
Hello, Kulu.
Where's the ball, Kulu? Just for fuck's sake.
Hoiberg, don't start standing around now.
What a game.
Why is Hoiberg
no.
standing
What
there?
the fuck is going on here?
Oh, what a save!
Thank you, Forster. Thank you. For fuck's sake. Why is this hard?
Jesus
Why is this hard for us? Please, boys, you're 3-1 up. See the game out.
3-2 up.
Fraser Foster.
We were 3-1 up. See the game out.
Who's that? Romero. Romero. Pathetic, mate. Absolutely pathetic from Romero. Then.
Christ.
Romero's walking as well. Watch Romero here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, mate? What bullshit is that? And Ollie Skip's trying his best, but fucking hell. Fraser Foster saves us again. Again.
This is not good. Jack, I think you need to change the scoreboard, my man.
Yeah, just did it again. Adrian Chu saying, big up Dark Sun G. I mean, maybe the wing backs are going to have to bail us out again, Dark Sun G, to get a fourth goal. Adrian Chu saying the worst player scored. How do you like that script? I mean, it's Adrian, I'm not liking the script. I'm going to be honest, Adrian. Yet again, you've served us up more of a heart beating, 400 beats a minute type, script again, Adrian. I don't know how you do it. Maybe because you've had a bit more time on your hands this week. Maybe it's because it's right before international break. I mean, you're just trying to make it not easy on us, Adrian. I'll be honest, I don't like this script.
It's an absolute belter of a game, though. If you're a neutral.
It is.
Again, I stand by it though. If you fucking tighten up this back line next season, you'll see a much better Tottenham as well. He needs to make a change in midfield. Skip and Hoiberg are starting to get overrun now. Hoiberg was too busy for the goal, demonstrating to the referee for a free kick, and then straight after he just lets him waltz by him through the middle. You know, it's the nastiness like that you just gotta fucking take him out. Take a card.
So embarrassing.
I'm sorry, but we're very happy to criticize every centre back apart from Romero. Romero was fucking dog shit then. All over the place.
It's poor. Everyone needs to fucking wake up. The midfield need to get a grip.
No, I agree, Sean. I mean, right after Moon Boots has a howler, and then Romero has a howler right after. You're spot on, Sean.
But Fraser Foster, if
he bailed us out there on one of those, he bailed us out.
Brilliant! That one-handed save from whoever it was a minute ago, the guy with the number 3 with the giant name and the shoulders that go on for wings. Like that outside of the boot, right foot swinger. Fraser Foster's been superb.
This has also been a game though where I feel like this has been a game where it's like no matter the outcome of this result, it's more evidence to suggest that whether you're Conte in, Conte out, we need new defenders. Like the next manager needs new defenders. Like he can't expect to be able to somehow make a tune out of this defense. We're 3-1 up. We're 3-1 up. Like all the momentum has been taken out of Southampton, and we still find a way to concede with the easiest of chances. Like it's not like Southampton have been creating chances. Like we were all over them. We were all over them. We were all over them, and we still find ourselves 3-2. It's just ridiculous. I just think if you're Conte in, Conte out, whether you want Conte gone tomorrow, you still have to agree. You still have to agree that the next manager, you have to pray to God that he gets new defenders so that he doesn't have to go through the same headache. So he doesn't have to go through the same headache. It's just such a headache. It is. I hate it. It's such. It is a piss take. It really is.
You're right, Jack. You're absolutely right. I'm Conte
no, but Sean,
out,
like you know what I mean. Like even if you're
right.
Conte and Conte out, you don't want.
Decky, you've been fucking walked past.
Sean, you don't want Luis Enrique to have to deal with this. You don't want. You don't want.
Enrique couldn't deal with this. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wake the fuck up.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
go.
Play him. Play him, Harry. Fuck's sake, shit ball.
Oh, go on, Harry.
Shit ball, Pierre. Shit ball.
We need to wake the fuck up. We need to get a substitution.
Wakey!
Honestly, they're watching through it. We need to get a third body in there. Get Sarr on and take off either Kulu or Sonny. One of them. You've got to get
He needs to put on Pape. He needs to put on Pape.
They're walking through us.
We need to take off a forward. As good as the forwards have been, we need to take off a forward now. They've been great, the forwards, but we need to take one
They've done
off.
their job.
For who? For who? To do what? What
I
do
think
want
you
to
take
Pape
Kulu
Sarr
off.
on
I
it,
think you
get
take
extra
Kulu
body.
off,
Kulu for
honestly.
Sarr and bring Pape Sarr on.
Yeah, you've got to get an extra body.
I think
there.
Kulu is, at the end of the day, been the worst of the two, so I'd take off Kulu.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
And we need pace still.
Oh, come on, Sonny,
Fuck's
get
sake,
out
Kyle
there.
Walker-Peters, he's the only one that can go forward. You can't let him have the space.
There's two of them, Son and Perisic, and they're both standing there.
Jesus.
Look at the fucking. They're not pushing out. They're letting them have the fucking possession. I hate it. I hate this fucking team.
When
Jesus
we get the
Christ.
ball, like the thing is, when we had the ball at Højbjerg, you just got to give that to Kane and hold it up a little. We just gave it back to them so
Step up.
stupidly. We've given away the lead twice.
There you
today.
go.
Careful.
There you go. Time,
That'll do.
time,
That'll do.
time,
Sonny.
time.
You haven't got to run, Sonny. You haven't got to run from the fucking goal line. Jesus
Harry,
Christ.
sir, sir, sir.
How's he not giving that? Jesus Christ.
Moon boots, please. Jesus, such a
Romero.
shit pass.
Well done, Romero, slowing it down. Good ball
Still
into
a
Harry.
shit pass from Moon boots. Like, why is it?
Fire. Oh my
Fuck's
fucking
sake,
God.
Moonhead!
Oh my fucking God.
Make a
Sabo.
pass. You're a midfielder. You were a midfielder originally. Make a pass.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's a simple flow over the top ball. It's simple. Just
Here we
float.
go. Emerson and Pape Sarr. Good. Good.
Yeah.
All right, that's the right. Those are the right subs. But for
Thank
fuck's
you.
sake, this defense. I mean, you have to babysit them.
But he's going to bring off a midfield. I bet you he brings off a midfield like a Skippy and Porro rather than
I
taking
hope
off a.
not. No, he should bring off Kulusevski.
That's a
He
free.
should.
That's a, no, he's not giving that to them, has he? Jesus Christ. Fuck me, ref. That's poor. But you know what's more infuriating? Like, we gifted Southampton away back into the game by a problem that's been here since Jose.
Oh,
Mourinho
fuck
days.
off, ref.
Just long
There's
balls,
nothing
just
wrong with
high
that.
balls into the box.
He's got the ball, ref.
He's got the
He's
ball.
got the fucking ball, and if anything, he stepped on Skippy's foot.
It's double whammy.
Absolute disgusting decision, mate.
It's a joke.
Watch the fucking game. Watch the fucking game. I bet you weren't even watching, you bald prick. I'm sorry to all people out there because I'm going bald as well.
It's a joke of a decision, that. Make the subs
Who's
now.
coming on?
Porro.
Porro.
I don't mind that. Emerson is a bit better defensively. Don't shake the hands, referee. Punch him.
Well done, Porro.
Well,
The mask of Porro.
now, the next one is interesting. Who comes off for Sarr?
It's going to be Skippy, I reckon, but it shouldn't be. I think I'll make you right.
I'd take Højbjerg.
Oh, it's Kulu's.
Take Kulu's off.
Come on, please, boys. Let's please see this game out, please, for fuck's
Well done,
sake.
Kulu.
Great.
Done well. You've done
Good
well,
work,
Dex.
Kulu.
Done well.
He's held up the ball well down that right-hand side today. He's done well. Not back to his best, but he's getting there. It's been glimpses. He's
Come on, boys.
telling the players to sit in.
Certainly
Just
enjoyed
win
the game.
this.
War
Win
Pro, see it out.
Emerson's playing left wing back.
Goal kick. Take ages to take this.
Why was
Absolute
Emerson-
ages.
I don't think
Send
Emerson was
everyone
busy.
up and launch it.
No, Emerson was just playing back post header. That's what I think that's what Tottenham are going to have to use him for because he's so good at defending the back post aerially. When from
Yeah.
set pieces, it doesn't matter what side it is.
I
he
just
can
want
get
him in
there
the
and do-
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just launch it. Send everyone up to the halfway line.
Take your
and
fucking time. Come on, do the Newcastle phaser. Do up your shoelace,
Yeah,
etc.
do an Emmy Martinez here. Take your fucking time, mate. Take your
Pull
fucking
your
time.
shorts down. Pull your undershorts down. Undo your wedgie.
Come on, win this. Go on, Papa. Well done.
Well done,
Again.
Dad. Come on, Daddy.
He's trying.
Okay, slow it down. Slow it down. Sensible. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sir! Well done, Mo. Well done, Mo.
Yellow card, please.
Great job, Mo.
Yeah, where's the yellow? Skip got one for that.
It's a yellow card.
People saying they're not happy with Danjuma coming on. Look, I actually agree with it on this occasion. I agree with it. Yeah,
With
you know,
Danjuma
our
not
problem's
coming
just
on?
defensively. Our problem's just defensively. So
Yeah. We have 5 minutes left. We just need to see it out.
Come on,
There
boys.
can't be that much injury time tonight. 3 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't
second
know, I
half
think
hasn't
they'll
had
be
as
about
much
4 or 5.
delays.
I bet you they'll find a way to give it 6 minutes, though.
They
Some of
will.
the set pieces took ages to get underway, didn't they?
Mm.
Win that. Well on, Perisic. Go on, Kane. Oh, go on, Sonny. Oh. Win that. Go on, Perisic. Make him go long. Well,
That's ours.
Sabo! Oh.
Jesus Christ, that's shocking. Honestly, they need to go to Specsavers. I mean, you get one free eye test a year, don't you, off your tax or credits or something like that. They need to go.
Salisu here.
Oh, I can't take these last few minutes. Shouldn't be this nervous. If you're conceding against 2 against the bottom team in the league.
Spurs in a 3-5-2. Kyle Walker-Peters still time and space. Come on, Pape. Step out, son.
Look at us sitting back 5-4-1.
Get out there,
5-4
Steve.
fucking 1. Højbjerg, you're standing there, Højbjerg.
It's ours.
Just close up the gaps. Just don't let them play. And any ball that comes in behind that midfield, you need
You're all...
to
Don't stand still, boys. Get fucking nimble.
All right, leave the centre back with it. Don't show any gaps now. Just don't let the ball in behind you. Just do not let it in behind. That's where the danger is. Like that. That can't allow to happen unchallenged.
Out wide here.
No, gee, I was out
On the line here. Oh, I can't let him do that. No. Clear.
If they give a handball here for this, I'll go absolutely ballistic. So on the players are appealing.
Step up. Step up.
No, how's this being allowed to happen? How's that ball being allowed to be played? Jesus Christ.
Win it. Emo, thank you. Please. Jesus Christ, boys. How are they getting that second ball there? How are they getting that second ball?
No, it's not. It's a fucking corner.
The only purpose of sitting back like that is when the ball comes in behind that midfield, you've got to be on it. You can't allow them to work that. If they give this.
Both his arms are already behind his
But
back.
if they
Fuck
do
off.
give this,
I love how they're giving the replay for that. It's only because it's Spurs that they're doing a replay for that. Fuck's sake.
Come on, just deal with this. We've been shit under set pieces all day. Please. We're just asking for...
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Horrible ball.
No, it's not. Get rid of it.
No!
No. It's not a penalty. He's giving it.
Penalty.
He's giving a penalty.
Oh,
He's
you're fucking joking.
Apart from Matasar. Maitland-Niles got there ahead of him. It's a penalty.
Just giving a penalty.
I don't fucking... You know what? We opened ourselves to this.
We've been asking for it.
We've been asking for it.
What for? Oh, that is absolute bollocks!
There's no way you give that. I'm sorry. There's no way you give that. He's dived. No, he hasn't.
That's a dive! They haven't touched him! That's a fucking VAR all fucking day. That's a disgusting decision.
If this is
He's dived. Yeah, he's dived.
He hasn't
dived.
He hasn't touched him. If this is given.
No way, he's dived.
Schooner little diving twat.
He's dived.
If this is given.
He's dived. They have to overrule that. They have to overrule that.
They haven't. He's taken it. They've given it.
No way. They have to overrule that.
They've given it.
Hang on.
He's got the penalty ball on the spot. He's ready to take it.
There's the VAR. There's VAR checks happening.
If this is given.
It's going to be overruled.
If this is given, I'll go nuts. It shouldn't be.
There's no way. It has to be overruled.
With their handball at the box earlier on, he hasn't touched them. If he has,
it has to be overruled.
He has not touched him. He's kicked him in the hand. That's not enough for him to go down. I'm sorry, but if they can't give the penalty earlier on,
wait.
I'll be done with football if this is given. I'm done with it.
No, it's going to be given. Oh my God!
Are you serious?
I'm sorry. There's a conspiracy.
That's a fucking disgrace.
No, Spurs. We haven't gotten a single break this whole season. There's no way.
Absolute fucking disgrace.
That's a disgrace. I'm sorry.
The commentators are saying it's a disgrace.
How have we no, we've been fucked over week after week after week by VAR. How are we never getting a single decision?
They didn't even give us the penalty earlier on where the guy moved his hand to the fucking ball. This is a joke, man.
The commentator's saying there's no contact.
I'm sick of her.
From West Ham, Thilo Kehrer not even given a handball.
Didn't even send it to the monitor. Didn't even send it to the fuck. He said, no, you're all good. You're good. That's a definite pen.
No,
fuck you, you absolute cheating bastards. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's confirmed. It's a conspiracy against Tottenham at this point.
It's a
completely
fucking
that's right,
disgrace. It's an
That's
outrage.
that's just unexplainable. That's
I'm fucking done
unexplainable.
with football. I'm done with
That's
it.
unexplainable.
I'm done with it, man.
That's unexplainable.
Look, we've got ourselves to blame as well. We threw this away, but I'm sorry, but the VAR,
Fuck's sake.
that's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Fucking disgrace.
VAR is a fucking disgrace. I've had enough. I've had enough of
It's an
VAR. It's not
absolute
even
disgrace.
fair.
That's unexplainable. That's unexplainable.
Threw this away anyway, but that's a joke.
It's on the defense at the end of the day, but that's not a penalty. That's unexplainable. We haven't been given one break this season. We've never
It's
been given a
farce.
penalty because of VAR, and now we have penalties that aren't even penalties that won't even be taken
He
away
didn't even
because of
fucking
VAR.
touch him, Jack. He didn't even touch him. It's a
a joke.
farce. It's a farce.
It's a joke. And you know what? All you're going to get is an apology. You're not going to be rewarded any points.
You won't get an apology either. You don't get fuck all. It's a fucking farce. I'm sick of it.
You'll have
Fucking
Dermot
sick of
Gallagher.
it.
You'll have Dermot Gallagher on Sky Sports giving every reason why that should have been given tomorrow, followed by all the pundits, because it's just anti-Tottenham. It's just a fucking. I've been saying it for a long time. It's set up there to set up the Premier League. It's a joke. They wanted the Premier League to dictate the way they want. If we were a team going for the title, they would not have given that. I'm sorry, they wouldn't have. They want to keep the top four battle race.
Fucking farce.
They want to help Liverpool.
It's just it's
I've had enough of
you
it.
can't rely on this defense. You can't rely on this defense, and then you can't rely on VAR. Every single game that we played, you can't rely on our defense, and you can't rely on any fucking break from the referee either.
I'm sorry, but if he doesn't lose his job like the guy did a few weeks ago, this is a joke. He's been disgraceful.
How did they not give us that penalty earlier as well? Perisic is fucking shit.
VAR is
Fuck
disgraceful.
off.
Like, you brought it in to help the referees. They still can't come to the right decisions, and they get to look back at it 50 times as well. It doesn't even serve its purpose. I want it gone out of the
You're
game.
incompetent. You are fucking incompetent.
I want it gone. Look, this is
You're either fucking bent or you are cheating. There's
Yeah.
no other excuse for that. It's an absolute fucking joke. The referee made the wrong decision on the pitch, and the VAR didn't even send him to the fucking monitor.
It's a disgrace.
There's no fucking contact. It's bollocks, mate.
But the fact
It's
that
bollocks.
the fact they didn't give the one earlier on where he literally moved his arm to the ball, and then they give this one. It's shambolic. Handball.
What's just going to lose now? It's a fucking disgust. I'm seething.
So many
I'm
levels of this.
seething.
Now there should be another 2 minutes added on here with the VAR.
It's
check.
this defense. It's this defense and this fucking referee that we haven't been able to. We can't get a single break. You can't rely on the defense when we're 3-1 up, and you can't rely on the fucking referee to be able to give you anything. It all
It's just
falls
not
on the
a penalty.
defense at the end of the day, though. It really does.
The thing is, it's just not a penalty. It's a
I
disgrace.
mean, if you're 3-2 up, like games go 3-2. We shouldn't have been 3-2 up in the first place. Should have been 3-1 up. But at the same time, you're still winning the fucking game. You don't expect the referee and all of his fucking merry men in the background.
Sonny.
Play it. What is
Shit
that?
ball. Pape.
Corner?
Fuck it. It's game over.
No, you just fucking scuffed it, you prick. I'm fuming. I'm fuming.
It's just not a penalty. We've fucked this up anyway ourselves, but it's just not a penalty. He deserves a sack. I'm sorry, it happened right in front of him, and whoever's in the VAR room deserves the sack as well. I'm sorry. I want.
It's a disgusting decision, mate. And it changes. That fucks the entire season up.
But this is what VAR was brought in to do, to control the Premier League more. It's a joke.
We're 3-1 up. We're 3-1 up.
Yeah.
Like, this can't happen. That's unacceptable. We're 3-1 up.
The bottom team in the league who have trouble.
You can't win games away from home. You just can't. Like, you're 3-1 up. You have to win it. Like, you can't blow it. Position. You can't
Listen, we
expect to
have
finish in top 4 and blow it from that position. You
Leicester,
just can't.
Wolves, Sheffield United, AC Milan nowadays. Our away form is fucking atrocious.
This is so
What is
pathetic.
that?
3-1 up in 20 minutes as well. Blown it.
Southampton subs have been fantastic. Tottenham subs have been less than. Oh, that's it. Make him take it from the fucking right place. You fucking
And
dickhead.
he'll blow the whistle as soon as we take it. You watch.
Look at him. You fucking dickhead. You give a shit about where the ball's being placed when it's on the halfway line, but you don't give a fuck about making the right decision in a crucial moment like a... I give up.
I'm just lost for words.
Birthday fucking ruined. Thank you, you bald cunt. Excuse my French.
Put
What's
it
his
in
name?
this mixer for
Put it
fuck's
in.
sake.
Oh, no!
Who missed that long way? Oh,
He should've took a
free
touch.
header.
He should have took a touch here. Look, he could have took
Oh,
a
he
touch.
could have taken a touch. It's at this. It's almost at his feet. Fuck's sake. 3-3.
Ah! Fuck! So frustrating. So fucking frustrating, man. I mean, look, I'll kick this off. I mean, it's our own doing. It's completely our own doing. You know, look, I'll get on to VAR in a minute. First of all, we gave away a goal straight after halftime when we were 1-0 up. Then we went and got the second. Then we went and got the third. You're thinking, job done. Then we can't defend. The midfielders were not proactive whatsoever in the midfield either. And then VAR, look, it's our own doing because we were sitting back and something was bound to happen. It always does. It's been happening since Jose Mourinho's days. Conceding late goals, this, that, and the other. But I'm sorry, that decision is a disgrace. If that referee and the people that awarded that in the VAR room are not sacked tomorrow morning, I will be absolutely outraged.
I'm
I'll be
fucking fuming,
all
mate.
the
I
time,
can't.
every single day. That is not good enough. Look, that is not good enough. You know, VAR was brought in to rectify these wrong decisions. He caught him in the arm, fair enough, but it's nowhere near enough for him to go out. But then also earlier on, the guy moves, it's the same guy who won the penalty, moves his arm to the ball, and it's not given. And you barely get to look at it. But this one, they looked for every reason to stick with the referee. I'm sorry, but that is a joke. But I've said it time and time again with this back line. We can't keep looking to score 3-4 fucking goals every week to win a game. Our back line is absolutely atrocious. It's useless. Look, Perisic coming on defensively, it fucked us. Lenglet was useless. Dyer was all over the place. Romero at times was all over the place. It's not good enough. The midfield were absolutely ran through and bypassed as well. It can't keep continuing like this. It cannot keep continuing like this. Fraser Forster even pulled off a couple of one-on-one saves.
Fraser Forster was our best get, but he should be in the man of the match list. By the way.
He saved us. He saved us on a few occasions, but it just shouldn't have ever come to that.
Shouldn't.
I don't know, Sean. I mean, I'm deflated. It's just disgusting again to
I'm
see us
angry.
3-1 up. God, Sean, 2 goals up. Like it's
Jack,
unacceptable.
it's one thing to say, like, you know, blame the defenders, whatever, for letting the situation change. But at the end of the day, you're still 3-2 up in an end-to-end game, a very good game of football. Could have gone either way, but Tottenham are rightly 3-2 up, and then the referee fucking robs us, and the VAR compound on it. Like, I'm sorry, like, I don't like. Yeah, there's two different conversations here. One is, were the team good enough today? Were the defense fucking leaky and shaky and all that stuff? And that the answer to that is like, yes, they were, and that was just disappointment. But at the end of the day, we were fucked. We were fucked from 3 points. We dropped 2 points today, not because of the defenders. We were 3-2 up, and we were comfortable. We nothing else happened during the game that threatened that.
Yeah.
So we should have had 3 points. We done enough up front, score 3 goals. The referee has fucked us, and it's a disgusting disgrace.
Can I ask you a difficult question, Sean? You don't need to have a good answer for it. The whole chat is Conte in, Conte out. A lot of people think this, you know, like, how much does this fall on Conte for you? I mean, where do you stand on where does this capitulation? Because this is a capitulation. I mean, as much as we were screwed over again by the referees, it did feel like we
Yeah.
put ourselves under unneeded pressure. We put ourselves under unneeded kind of heated moments. So is that
No, I
more
think
on the
that
individuals? Is that more on the coach and the managing? I mean, how do you kind of see it? Because it's very Conte in, Conte out in the chat right now. And I don't need
no,
you
he
to
was
explain it,
forced.
but I'm just going to ask you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, I think I agree with his formation, or at least his team selection today. And then he was forced into two changes very early
Yeah, Ben
because of
Davies.
injuries.
Yeah.
So not much more you can do. I don't know, the halftime team talk. Obviously, we weren't paying attention when we came out. The lack of energy in the team in the midfield was absolutely palpable. So yes, there's like elements that reinforce my Conte out thesis. But at the end of the day, I don't think that Conte wasn't on the pitch today. So I think that I think this one's on the players. But like I say, to me personally, it was a great game of football, a really
Yeah.
great game. If you were a neutral, it was a belter, and you're 3-2 up. They're fighting for their lives. They got some good players on the pitch. We got robbed by them. My anger right now is at the referee, not at Conte. Even though I'm Conte out, I'm not. My anger's not on him.
I
My
haven't.
anger's not even particularly on the players. It will be tomorrow. Like later on, as I calm down from the initial
Yeah.
moment, I'll be reflecting on the players' performances and the lack of energy and the effort in areas. But right now, I'm just fucking fuming about an absolute shocking decision that should have been overturned.
Yeah,
Look,
Dave.
even if you want Conte out, you still got to ask the questions of the players out there today. It's too easy just to blame that on Antonio Conte. I'm sorry, but it's not like Conte wasn't asking Højbjerg or Skip to move about in the midfield. It's not like Conte is not asking Dyer. How many times did he lose Walcott there today? Needlessly, when there's no pressure on him. You know, there's a massive problem. The problem is like, you can't just pile the blame. Look, Conte will take some of the blame, fair enough. But you can't overlook, we were 3-1 up. We were also 1-0 up coming out at half time. Straight after half time, they could see the shit goal. You know, and then that sort of paved the way for the rest of the half. You know, we just sat back. We allowed them to come on to us. And even when the idea of sitting back like that and keeping shape is that when the ball beats your midfield line, there's fuck all room to play in, and everyone's supposed to squeeze up, get in there, and get on the ball. That didn't happen. They just passed it through and turned on us. It was too easy. You know, you can't just pin everything on the manager. Fair enough, I understand.
I don't think the
What would
manager
you
gets
say
it.
tactically, though, Dave? Because DJ Kenny is celebrating 1 month, and he's saying 100% tactical mayhem, dross time and time again, says DJ Kenny.
Look, I think he probably left it too long to make substitutions, in my opinion. Too long. You know, they should have been made a little bit earlier. But look, I don't like the sitting back either. You know, we sat back more or less all game, looked to catch them on the counter. I don't like that. You know, we should be pressing them high up the field. We should be going after them. But, you know, at the same time, even when you sit back, are the players executing the manager's tactics? At the end of the day, you got to understand, you know, Conte's world famous for this. He's been able to do it at every other club he's gone to, but he can't do it at Tottenham. And we can pin this all on Antonio Conte. But remember back to when we had Jose Mourinho? Go back and do the research. I've been doing it at the minute. 10 minutes after half time, we conceded a lot of goals. And the last 20 minutes, again, we conceded a lot of goals. This season, on the majority, it's flipped to the first half. But the problem is, we have serious problems conceding goals for the last 3 years. And that has to stop. You've had two of the best defensive managers in world football, and they've been able to replicate that defense everywhere else. But then they keep getting asked questions. Why can't you do it at Tottenham? Why can't you do it at Tottenham? The answer is obvious. You know, it's obvious.
Yeah, but Dave, at the same time, mate, we're fourth in the fucking league, right? So, like, we like the players aren't that bad that like if they were that bad, we wouldn't be fourth in the league. So, like, whilst I agree with you,
Sean, it's the
on
same
this,
But it's a
thing.
bit of an imbalance, I would say, Sean, just because we
Hang on.
have still, what is it, fourth most goals conceded in the league, but we're second or third in most
Hang on.
goals scored. It's just a huge
yeah,
imbalance.
but again,
We're
that
missing
can
the
be
biggest
put
problem.
down.
1 second, lads. We're missing the biggest problem. Under Jose Mourinho, some of that same backline were first in the league and end up finished, I think, 6, 7, 8 that season. It's the same backline. The problem is what we keep overlooking. Yeah, maybe on a one-off basis, on a one game a week basis, you might get away with it. But the problem is they are too inconsistent and they can't keep up with the rigors for 38 games. And that's a problem. It's a huge problem. Ask yourself why the same patterns keep occurring. We can keep
Dave, but you
guys are good enough to be in top four, but they're not good enough to take us to the next level. They're not good enough on a 38 game, if not a 58 game season on a consistent basis.
So what I'm saying is though that I agree with. I don't particularly blame Conte for what happened in the last 20 minutes of the game, the second half of the game. I don't, but I do understand why people are pissed off with the way that the team is set up. Right, we
Yeah,
don't press, we sit
yeah,
off, and we attract the uh the pressure, and it's unnecessary. It's one thing to do it as a formation. I said it 15 times during the game. Look at us, 5-4 fucking 1 against Southampton. Against Southampton, we were
Yeah.
3-1 up, and we're still sitting off in a 5-4-1 formation against Southampton. Like, at some point, what is the manager there to do? He can't kick the ball. He has to pick the team, but him and his team have to coach the team and have plan A, plan B, plan C, and get the best out of the players. If they are not capable of doing that, then why are they there? And what do you hold them account? Not you personally, but what does
Yeah.
anyone hold a manager accountable for
Yeah.
if it's not to play the football in a way that can generate results against the bottom of the table team? And to me, I don't particularly blame Conte, because I think that there was forced issues today. There was 2 early injuries.
Feels like a stick you wouldn't beat him with.
It's
They're
a
better
weird.
sticks to beat him with. They're
I'm
better
not mad.
examples
Yeah,
to beat him with. It
I'm
almost
not
feels like.
massively mad at him today, but at the same time, I do remember throughout that game, I was like, why the fuck are we sitting off all the time? Why
Yeah,
can't we go and press? You saw Ruben Amorim do it against one of the best Arsenal this season.
good
You
point.
know, I defy anybody to tell me the only teams that have played better football than Arsenal in Europe this entire season is arguably a Napoli and maybe Benfica. And yet Sporting, who haven't got a better team than Arsenal, can
Yeah.
go to Arsenal and play them off the park using the 3-4-3 system
With 2
with
midfielders and don't
2
get
midfielders
overwhelmed. Yeah.
that can press. So at the end of the day, like, Conte is responsible for setting up the team the way they play, and for this, and telling the team to sit off and invite pressure. And if you're inviting pressure when you've got a defense that can't do the basics right when the pressure is on, then why the fuck are you playing that system in the first place?
It's really concerning that they really outfought us. It felt like out of possession Southampton. Like they really were a much better team. It actually looked like, at least in terms of will and desire defensively, than we were. And that's a concern because they're bottom of the Premier League. We also have a defensive manager. Like you said, Sean, we're 4th in the Premier League. We have a whole lot more to fight for anyway. But it felt like off the ball this whole game, like we didn't have really anybody that was wanting to make a tackle, anybody that was wanting to step up out of the defense and be able to get us kind of into it. And also, we were really poor at times. It felt like at winning that second ball. It felt like anytime we even did make a tackle, there's so many moments where we saw us kind of just slagging off, especially on that left-hand side. We'll get onto this later. As much as Perisic did score today and put us 3-1 up, he was a huge defensive liability, I think, still
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And as much as maybe he could get given credit for the goal that he scored, he still, for me, was such a liability for us, because Kyle Walker-Peters, that whole right-hand side, was just having no problem being able to whip in balls and cause danger, kind of just causing us problems over there. So if you ask me, I don't know. Like, what I would say, Sean, is that even if you're Conte in, Conte out, I said this earlier, you have to want a better defense and a better personnel to pick from in that back line, even if you're Conte in, Conte out, even if you
Yeah,
think
that's
he's
fine. That's
useless,
fine,
even
Jack.
if, and then also as well, like you said, Sean, and I agree with you, is that if you were to pick a game that maybe Conte really lost it or whatever, or really, it's all on him, this doesn't feel like the best
No, 'cause
example.
I
This
thought we were
doesn't
good
feel
on the
like the
ball.
best stick to beat him with.
We were really good on the ball today. I thought there's 2 different games you're looking at. Tottenham with the ball,
Yeah,
Tottenham
exactly.
without the ball. Tottenham with the ball, I thought we were really good. Tottenham without the ball, I thought we were shocking. But like I say, I don't particularly blame. I think there was variables today. I said it before. I won't say it again. I won't repeat myself. But you have to, at the same time, hold Conte accountable for what his role is, which is to
Yeah.
get the best out of the tools that he has. And when you set up a team to sit back and invite pressure, you're asking for trouble when you know your defense is as shaky under pressure as ours is. So if you're not gonna hold Conte accountable for that, then you're not gonna hold him accountable for anything. He can't kick the ball. All he has the option to do is train the players, coach the players, develop the players, get the best out of the team, and pick the right system and get the players to execute it. And if any of those things fall apart, then that is on Conte. And today, whilst I thought on the ball we were fine, off the ball we were a shambles. And I see someone mentioning in the comments, Skippy had a shocker. He did have a shocker. So did Højbjerg. Generally
Yeah,
speaking,
I
off
think
the
the
ball, they were
midfield is
fucking
where
atrocious.
the energy was lacked most in the midfield. It also felt like the moment Ben Davies went off the pitch, it shows that, again, we start to look like a
Left
much
side
worse
open.
team on the left-hand side. It just the left-hand side opens. Dark Sun G with a super chat saying, I expected this result once I heard Simon Hooper was the referee. I mean, conspiracy hats on, boys. I mean, I haven't been able to check all of the angles, but it really did look like he was looking for it, Maitland Miles. And it's also the end of the game. Like, of course, he's going to be looking for it. It was a rash decision by Papa Matasar to swing his leg in that way, but he ended up not actually making any contact whatsoever with the player. And VAR didn't
No,
come
it's
to help
bullshit.
us out either. I don't know. I mean, is Dark Sun G
Absolute
right to
bullshit.
be, a bit skeptical?
Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. I mean, it was the same guy earlier on that put his arm through the ball to block it, and it wasn't given. But look how long they took over the Southampton decision compared to the one earlier on up the other end. It's night and day. Look how many replays they showed us compared to the one up the other end. It's an absolute farce and it's a joke. And I've been saying this for a long time. VAR for me is a way of them being able to influence results, and I don't like it, but it is. It is. It's able to give them, it's they're able to create title races. They're able to create relegation battles. They're able to create top four battles, and I don't like it. I do not like it. I mean, I think they come to the wrong decision. Yes, Papa Matasar went to clear the ball and Maitland Niles got ahead of him, but he didn't hit him in the arm, the leg, the chest, or anything. He hit him in his arm that was up there. Up there. So if the ball hitting the player's arm up in the other penalty area is not a penalty, how is a guy who's gone to kick the ball, okay, Nathan Lyon's got ahead of him, but ends up hitting his arm up there sky high, is a penalty? It's an absolute joke. But I want to be clear, as much as I have my gripes with VAR, we lost this game today ourselves. Our own
Yeah,
down.
I don't think it falls on the referee
No,
decision at the end of the day. I think we were asking for it. I think we
but
were asking
like
for
the
it.
thing is, right? We open ourselves up for that decision to be allowed.
Exactly.
Like we opened that. Second half was an absolute capitulation by that back line from minute one all the way through to the 90th minute. From minute 45 all the way through to 90 plus minutes. That back line was weak. The midfield were weak. The forward line didn't want to push up or help pressurize the ball whatsoever. And them tactics I do not like, and it's not good enough. But the same regard, if you're 3-1 up, you should not capitulate like that, especially with 11 men playing behind the ball. You'd like to think the gaps are supposed to be closed up, and they weren't, and it's just not good enough. And this back line keeps costing us any momentum this season, and I've said it time and time again. It's not good enough. The start of the season, they were keeping a few clean sheets. We were getting over some of the line in some of the games with 1-0s here and there. But that soon has stopped. And since then, look how many games where we've conceded. I think it's 17 games this season now. We've conceded 2 or more goals. That's not good enough. 17 times this season across all competitions. That is absolutely pathetic. It's shocking. You can't win anything and you can't challenge for anything if you're conceding goals at that rate. And
Yeah.
everyone's got their part to play.
And at the end of the day, I don't want to rely on that decision from a referee because we shouldn't have to rely on that decision. We shouldn't have ever, with 3-1 up, and we should never have to be in that position where we're hoping that the referee comes to his senses on what seems to be an easy decision. And even when we look back at it and let's say we find out it was a clear and obvious pen, doesn't matter because the point we're still trying to reiterate here, we shouldn't have put ourselves in that position in the first place. And I think everybody can agree on that we shouldn't have put ourselves in that sort of position to begin with because we already haven't been given any breaks at all this season. So why even put yourselves in that position?
I'm
There's
just
no
fed up
point.
with being embarrassed by them, to be honest with you. It just makes sometimes
They're not reliable. They're simply as they're bottle jobs, like Phil Coy says here. 3-1 up, failed to see it out. Cowards. I agree. I think they are cowards for not being able to see that out. How is it that Southampton can be completely devoid of any energy? It's not like Southampton rallied themselves together from 3-1 up or 3-1 down. There's no way. We just give these teams breaks. We give them gifts. Like any time that they are just looking, maybe even just any basic attack, we are susceptible to conceding a goal. And it just feels like this team can give any team a breath. They can give any team, a leg back in it or, a breath of life back into the game. And that's what we've done here, Phil. I don't think Southampton rallied at all when they were 3-1 down. I think we're just that poor that we genuinely can just give a team out of a moment's notice a breath back into the game.
But we also create the problems in a sense that You know, there near the end of the game, Højbjerg had a simple 5-yard ball to Harry Kane, hold it up, relieve the pressure, let us get out. He gives it back to Southampton.
Yeah.
You know how many times did we do that near the end of the game? Just panic, balloon the ball long. Dyer done it once. There was a couple of other players that done it. You know, in them situations, you got to learn to keep the ball and put it out wide, get the wingers to hold up, try and win a throw in. Like, there's just no cleverness or no game management or smarts in them whatsoever in them moments. You're rattled by a team sitting bottom of the league that have had problems scoring goals all season long. And you're rattled by it. There's no game management. There's no cleverness. It's school. It's childish play. But you've got to ask yourself a question. Why has Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte not been able to come in and imprint their winning style or their not even forget about it, their mentality, win at all cost mentality on some of these players? Why have they not been able to do that?
I agree with Phil.
Kane and Son at different parts have both shown under Conte. They've both done it under Jose Mourinho. But Eric Dyer, Sanchez, and Davies and people like that have not covered themselves in glory under both managers, either as Hugo Lloris. You know, we've got to accept, in order for this club to move on, there has to be improvements this summer. Yeah. And look, I'm not even going to sit here and get into an argument over Antonio Conte, because the reality is he's probably gone this summer. But for the next guy that comes in, it's fucking important to me that he gets that number one and he gets them centre backs, because I want the next guy to have a chance of succeeding. We will never succeed at this football club if we got players that have had two of the best, most mentally managed managers in the world, and they still can't implement it, and they're still getting rattled by bottom of the league Southampton. Not Armstrong, who's that other big gimp they have up front? I think he scored 3 goals all season, and we allow him a tap in inside the 6-yard box today.
Like 45 seconds into the game as well, like 30 seconds. Sean hadn't even filled his beer yet, and we were already, well and even with Southampton. It's absurd. And also,
I've even run out of that. I've even run out of fucking beer. Oh, no, I haven't. I've got a little bit left.
You need more. You need to go to the office and get more. Pile them in today.
I'm supposed to be going out for fucking dinner in a minute. Like, how am I going to rally myself for that? We're talking to family members saying, VAR fucked us. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. And you know what? I'm actually calming down about the VAR, and now I'm getting angrier about the performance and the off the ball shit. No, listen, I know you guys are Conte-ing.
Well, Kay is actually saying here, Sean. Do you want to answer this, Sean? Because Kay is saying fans saying Conte out, but not the defense out. I've said this repeatedly, Kay, and I'm going to pass this on to Sean. Conte in, Conte out. I don't think it really matters. I think everybody will agree on they don't want the next manager to have to inherit the same defenders and the same players that are culpable and capable of this type of capitulation, because we could be playing Luis Enrique, Pochettino, whatever type of football, and we could find ourselves in a similar position, 3-1 up. It really looks like Spurs are going to see the game out, and then all of a sudden just one attack and it's 3-2, a second attack and it's 3-3. It feels like it doesn't really matter what manager you have in. This team is capable of scoring the 3rd most goals in the league, but also conceding the 4th or 5th most goals in the league. Like, it feels like we will forever be that team no matter what manager we have, regardless.
Yeah, you know what though, Jack? Goals conceded is always blamed on the defense, and I understand why.
Yeah,
because it's their job to keep it out. But ultimately, you defend from the attack. You defend
and the
from
midfield
the
was
and you
poor
attack
today
from the
too.
back. And today the midfield was absolutely shocking. Højbjerg and Skippy were poor.
Good point.
Necky didn't get back enough. Sonny gets back and like defends as a number, but doesn't really ever get involved. He's terrified of confrontation on the ball. And it's not me having a crack, because I actually thought he had one of the better games of the 4 today, of anyone today. So I'm not necessarily criticizing him, because I thought on the ball, I'll say it for the umpteenth time, thought we were very good. Off the ball, we are a shambles. And I don't think it necessarily matters whether you defend like 8 yards in front of goal or whether you defend, 25, 30 yards in front of goal. There is a system. There are other ways that you can approach the off the ball style. And our system is always the same under Conte, and it's get back 5-4-1 and hang on for dear life. And like I say, I have a problem with inviting the pressure. I don't like it. I don't like it. But like, I also feel like today Conte's going to get a lot of stick. And rightly so, I think, necessarily for the setup, but I don't necessarily think he should get it for like the substitutions. I think his hands were tied a little bit with the injuries. Not much you could do there. It's a very frustrating game. You know what? After 85 minutes, I was like, we were having so much fun. It was a brilliant stream with you guys. It was a great game of football. I think we deserved the win today. I think 3-2 was the right result, or 3-1 was the right result. But these things happen, and it spoiled my fucking birthday. But at the end of the day, it was still fun, guys. I got to jump off in 5 or 6 minutes time. I've got to go get myself ready. But listen, right now I'm seething. I'm angry. I'm angry with the ref. I'm angry with the situation, and I'm angry with just the general, like, the Dr. Tottenham, isn't it? It's like, the fucking just Spursy bollocks. But at the same time, I think that there's going to be a lot of those. I'm not like entirely concerned that the top 4 race is now guaranteed over, because this every single team, with the exception of Aston Villa and Chelsea and Fulham, maybe, have got something to play for right now. And so I don't care if Man United or if Newcastle or if Liverpool are playing Bournemouth next week. This every team is fighting for their life down the bottom. They're all, like, basically the entire bottom half is fighting for their life. So I feel like there's going to be lots of these kind of results that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And I want to give credit to Southampton. They put in a really good shift, and they fought well. But yeah, I'm really frustrated, guys. But I do have to jump off. I'm sorry.
No
I'd love
worries,
to
Sean.
stay
I
with
put
you.
your link in a few times. Anything to look forward to on Spurs Talk Show? Anything coming up? And happy birthday, my man. I'm sorry it ended this way. Like you said, we were 81 minutes in, and we were, jumping for
fun.
joy.
I had a great time with you boys, and I had a great time with everyone in the comments. So wish you guys all a happy weekend. And Dave, I'll speak to you later on about the UFC.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks later on.
Love you, Shawnee.
Not to ruin your birthday, my man, and go and enjoy your dinner. All right, pal. Thanks for today, bro.
See you, brother.
See you guys.
Have a good day, Sean. See you, my man. Everybody, head on over to Spurs Talk Show. The link is in the chat there. No excuse, please, everybody. Go over to show Sean some support, everybody. Absolutely. Go show him some support. Clue Sexy Football with a super chat saying, ever since the failed Super League, we've been getting shafted and 3 goals conceded against the worst team. Conte's negative tactics, and it's the same result. Believe me, Clue Sexy, I find it the case that Antonio Conte is starting to run out of excuses. Don't get me wrong, but this feels like a hard game to really beat the stick with him for, because he did have to force changes. He had to bring off Richarlison. It felt like the right decision to play Richarlison today. He went to Kulusevski. Then Ben Davies goes off. That was the right decision to go for when it came to Ben Davies. He had the result of having to take him off. He puts on the liability of a defender that is Perisic. But then we end up sitting back and we end up continuing to sort of invite the pressure. And that's, again, where I will admit, yeah, Conte can receive his criticism and receive probably maybe some due criticism for the fact that we do invite a bit of pressure. But every single time, we can't continue to find ourselves where we are taking for granted being 3 goals up and we don't see the game out. These are very successful defensive managers with a 3-goal lead, and they continue to find themselves 3-3, 4-3, whatever it may be. And I struggle to find that every single time have to be on the manager, no matter if you're Conte in, Conte out. And again, I'll repeat this, whether you think I'm ridiculous or not, whether you're Conte in for Conte out, Lord, please tell me that you do not want the manager that you want to come in for Conte to inherit this same lot of defenders, because this same lot of defenders will do the same thing to the next manager. Believe that, please.
Look, all I hear is Conte's tactics. How much is he on? And it's the same back with Jose Mourinho. How many more managers are we going to do this? Look, I'm not sitting here defending Conte. Look, it's inevitable. He's gone at the end of the season, in my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and get into any debates about that. But why does no one question how much Dyer earns a week? How much Sanchez, Davies, Perisic, Lloris? We never hear that asked to the players. It's always excuses. Oh, they're human beings too. The reality is they just can't play the tactics. It's that simple. The tactics is not supposed to be that open when you set everyone 20 yards outside from your box to 20 yards outside it and everyone's squashed in between them. You're not supposed to have the spaces to play through. And look, we can keep pretending that it's every manager that walks in this door, and we can keep blaming everyone else. But at some stage, we also have to hold this playing squad accountable. The only thing that's changed since Jose and Conte is the managers. The back line hasn't changed. And we keep making world-class defensive managers look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
To reiterate, too.
Continue to happen. We have to rotate that back line. And I'm only saying it because I want the next guy to have a chance. I can't keep going into every season full of hope, knowing that it's just being ripped apart, destroyed, and dragged out of me by the same guys that I highlighted in the summer. I highlighted the summer before that and the summer before that. And they're still allowed to persist at this football club. They're holding Harry Kane back. They're holding Son back. They're holding our new signings back. They're holding managers back. And most importantly, they're holding us fucking fans back. If you are Conte out, grand, fine. I
Yeah,
understand it.
grand.
But also, you've got to ask
You
for
have
the
to be
back.
defense out as well, Dave. You have to
Yeah,
be both. You either you can be you just we have to all agree on the defense going out. Like you can't pigeonhole this defense on Conte. You can't act like Conte should be doing a whole lot better with these players. Like I think you're welcome to criticize him for maybe his style, for maybe his tactics, for maybe the fact that we are going up against a team like Southampton. And let's be honest, we're not putting, our sort of emphasis on them in the way that we probably should. I'll happily accept that. But if you're Conte out, you better be the defense out as well. Do not make excuses for these defenders any longer. Do not somehow act like the next manager could do better with Eric Dyer. Don't pretend that the next manager could do better with Davinson Sanchez. I'm tired of it and I'm sick of it. Please, even if
the
you are
thing is,
Conte out, I'm happy if you're Conte out. I don't really care at the end of the day because for me, you have to be the defense out as well. You have to be.
what I will say as
And the
well is,
goalkeeper out. I mean, not Fraser Forster, but we all know Hugo has been a liability this season too.
look, what I will say is, look, if you dislike Conte and you dislike his style of football, fine. But let's not put the defense on him. Let's not put the mentality on him. You've got to ask yourself these questions. Look at some of our exits out of cup competitions over the last few years. The majority of them have been away from home. Look at our cups exits and our recent away games. Leicester away from home smacked up 4-1. AC Milan lost 1-0. Wolves lost. Sheffield United lost away from home in the FA Cup. And we've drew away a 3-1 game today. You may as well write it down as a loss because it feels like a
Mm.
loss. Why have managers known for changing mentalities at football clubs not being able to change the mentality at our club? Why do we still concede and be rattled by relegation teams? Why are we still having a massive problem away from home? That's not tactics. There's plenty of teams outside that that are not tactics related that have to be improved for any manager to succeed as well. And again, the only way by doing that is continuing to invest. We're not the finished article under Paratici's recruitment or under Conte's management. I would say bringing in another manager is going to add another one or two positions to the list because he might not fancy what he's got and they might not be able to do what he wants them to do. But the reality is, even if we don't do it, the players that we persist with can't do what any manager wants them to do anyway. And there has to be a mentality change away from home, but also a mentality change in general. You go back to Jose. We went out away to Zagreb. Should not have happened. We lost to Antwerp away in that Europa League. Away. Should not have happened. Our away form is absolutely. I think we went out to Norwich in the FA Cup under Jose Mourinho away from home again. That also has to change. And that's more than any manager. Fair enough, call out the guy, call out his tactics, his style of football, grand. But don't put the away form, the mentality, the fucking players bottle job mentality,
Don't
weak
put it all on
spirits,
Conte.
cowards. We've got to remember some of these guys are paid good money to get out there and perform. Good money to see out a 3-1 lead in the final 10 minutes of a game. Not sit there, panic, and start ballooning ball back, knowing that they're just going to sit in and wait for the next one to come again. It's absolutely a joke. You may as well just pull down your pants and let them queue up. You're not doing anything about it. Look, Conte's substitutions today, I think they could have been made earlier. But with the substitutions he did made, I agree with it. At the time, we were being under the pump. Emerson had to be brought on. Papa Matasar had to be brought on. But how, when we put an extra body in midfield, did he still find the spaces to come at us?
Yeah.
Nothing changed. That's a mentality problem.
Yeah.
And that's bigger than the manager. We can sit here and go, he's paid 15 million a year to change the mentality. He can't do it. The reality is Nuno couldn't do it. Jose Mourinho couldn't do it. And some of these players also bottled it on the final line under Pochettino. It's a mentality problem that's been here for quite some time, but it's been getting worse and worse and worse as the years go on. And the only way of changing that is continued investment, and that's it. That's solely.
Dark Sunji saying, besides Kane's goal, he was a ball hog. Should have passed that to Kulusevski. Dark Sunji, I think he got a very clutch goal from that. It was a great header, but I agree with you. I think that was a really wasted chance. And that's been a bit of a theme of this season where it feels like whoever it may be with the opportunity. They have gone for more of a selfish approach, and it's been Kane at times. I've seen Richarlison be selfish at times. I've seen Kulusevski. I've seen Sonny be selfish at times. It just feels like it's been a theme of this season where when we do actually have an easier pass or an easier option to get it, more of a make the chance easier on ourselves to put it away, we go for the harder option. And I don't understand it. And it seems to kind of reek through the whole front line, if you ask me. But Kane, let's be honest, I agree with you, Dark Sunji. That was a really bad one because Kulusevski really was just, clear through right there. And if he is going to, take it himself, at least challenge the keeper as well. He didn't even challenge the keeper. He sent it way over the bar. So it really was a poor effort and it was a wasted chance. I can't defend him for it. I agree with you, Dark Sunji. And then Steve D saying, if all you do is lean on the ropes, you'll get hit. Steve, this is where I agree. It's like, even if you're Conte out, even if you're Conte in, like, you have to admit, like, we sort of are asking for it when we are sitting back against the Southampton. Like, this is the worst team technically in the Premier League. This is the bottom of the Premier League. You're 3-1 up and you're sitting back and you're going to be asking for pressure. You're going to be asking for defense, to maybe step up for you. But Steve, this is where Conte rightfully so gets criticized, because a team that maybe plays a bit more on the front foot when they're 3-1 up, they might go for the jugular. They might go for 4. They might go for 5. And who knows? We'd probably be able to do that. And Southampton find themselves further in the mud. So I agree with you there. It just, at the same time, though, it feels like Southampton, did they even really pressure us that much? It just takes such a little amount of effort to be able to score against us. It really doesn't take much to score against Spurs. So as much as I agree with you, I'm agreeing with you, Steve, that Conte did sit back and he did sort of ask for it. But 30 seconds in and we already concede against the likes of Southampton. It just shows that this team can concede like that, even under no pressure at all. Even when you have all of the influence in the game, we can still concede under one chance. One chance is all it takes for this team to crumble. And that's where I I feel like that's going to carry over to the next manager and the manager after that before you get rid of this defense. Even if we play on the front foot, this team will always be able of conceding the easiest of chances at times, the easiest bit of pressure. But I agree with you. I still agree with you that Conte, he does ask for it when he's finding himself 3-1 up and he's deciding to sit back instead of going for the jugular. I agree with you there. He has to take blame for that.
Here's the thing, I agree with it as well. The ultimately tactics invites the pressure on, right? Fully understand that. But look how many times we gave the ball away, man. If you can't keep the ball, you end up sitting deeper and deeper and deeper. And anyone that's played the game, anyone that even plays five-a-side a bit of Astro, if you give away the ball and you keep giving it away and you can't get out, you ultimately end up sitting deeper and deeper and deeper. I don't think Conte's intentions is to sit that deep. Look how many times we gave the ball away in the second half. And that's a consequence of it, that you end up sitting more deeper than what you originally want to. It's just not good enough all around. But you know what? I'm just fed up of being here every 16 to 18 months. Fed up with it. New manager change, still eat more than in the window, still talking about the back line. Fed up with it, man. I just want fucking things to change. In fact, certain players, just do us fans a favor. Just resign. Just accept you're not good enough. Just accept you're not good enough mentally, physically, and as a footballer for Tottenham Hotspur. Just do us all a favor and fucking leave. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. We've tried changing managers, tried changing scouting departments, tried changing, the DOF and everything else. But we still get let down by the same individuals. Just fucking go. Stop hanging on to something that's not there, because, as much as you say you might do it for your love of the club, you're actually just hurting people. Yeah. You're just hurting people at this point. You're hurting me. You're hurting all the other fans. Can't keep going through this. So if you really love this club the way you say you do, just do us a favor and walk away from it. Just leave. Just leave. I'm sick of being at this same point every 6
Sick of talking about the same people as well. Really am.
We haven't had one manager that's completed a season at this football club. I can't keep going through the constant chopping and changing. And ultimately, look, the owners have got to do a better fucking job. They've got to start, looking to invest in these positions a lot quicker than what they are doing. They've got to stop going down a certain route, telling us that they're going to bring in managers that reflect football at Tottenham Hotspur and bring in the absolute counter. Just things have got to change. I can't keep doing this shit. every 16 to 18 months. But to them players who know they're not good enough, you love this club, walk away from it then.
Yeah.
Do us all a favor, do the right thing.
Steve,
I've had enough, man.
Steve D saying Conte is paid to affect the games, and he had to make 2 substitutions forcefully, Steve. Like he had to bring off Paris, or he had to bring on Perisic because of injury. Ben Davies was forced off injured. I think that was the best choice, actually, to stick with Ben Davies to start with. And then he had to bring off Richarlison. So he was forced into 2 changes. I think actually all the substitutions he made, for the most part, like were actually the right substitutions, considering it is just more his style of play. I think it is more his style of play that invites on the pressure and invites on the criticism. I think you can happily say, and you're rightfully so, Steve, you're right to say that his style of play invites on the pressure. I don't think he made the bad substitutions, though, to change the game or anything. I think he made the right substitutions.
Hang on, though. The thing is Conte the only one paid on match day? I'm pretty sure not. You know, the players get bonuses on match day. They get appearance fees, plus they get their week's wages. They're also paid, by the way. Let's not forget about this. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, question how much Conte is paid. You know, oh, he's there to affect games. He's there to manage games. He's there to advise them during games. But the players are the ones paid to play it and actually do the work. And the reality is, 3 different managers haven't been able to get some of these players to play and do the work. Can't keep putting it on a manager. And he's not the only one that gets paid. He's not the only one that gets paid around here. Other people get paid to affect and win games too. And they're not doing it. So if we're going to come at him with a pay angle, come at everyone that gets fucking paid in and around match day.
Loves Music saying this is not on Levy. Conte out now. I look at this a few ways, Loves Music. At the end of the day, the defense not getting changed up, the defense never being rotated, the defense never really being upgraded, it does fall on the ownership, and it does fall on the club's willingness and ambition to actually push for things and to actually demand better expectations and better from their players, because the fact that they have been satisfied with this set of defenders for as long as they have, that does fall on the directors of football, and that does fall on the ownership. But when it comes to losing games like this to Southampton, today with the players that we had out there with 3-1 up with only 10, 15 minutes to go, that's on the players and that's on the manager. Losing that game, dropping those points is on the players and it's on the manager. It's the same thing with Sheffield United. The players that were out there on that day and the manager that we have should be good enough to beat Sheffield United. It should be. It shouldn't be on the ownership. And that's how I stand on it. I think the ownership definitely takes its blame, and it definitely takes its pie and its piece of the cake for not rotating and not investing in the squad. But at the end of the day, like, Conte should be good enough to beat Sheffield United, and he should be good enough to be able to see out the rest of a game 3-1, 10 minutes to go against Southampton. The players, as well as the manager, should be professional enough to be able to do that.
Some of the losses we've incurred under Antonio Conte, I think Ennis Mora was another one. You know, at Sheffield United, they're not tactics. They're not tactics. That's just down to the hunger, the desire, and the willingness and the wantingness of the player to be out there and actually play some fucking football. The problem is you've got guys going, oh, I don't fancy this game, but I fancy this game. That's a huge problem. You should fancy every game. You should realize how privileged you are to play this game. You're 1% of billions of people worldwide that have hope of being a footballer. Yeah? 1% you are of that lucky people that share that dream. And you want to pick and fucking choose what games you go out and play. Horseshit. Realize how lucky you are and the fact that you can make enough money on it to retire when you're finished. Realize the privilege you have and actually act like you want to be out there at times. Act like it. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I've actually had a fucking enough. Look, international break coming up. Conte will probably be sacked over this international break. You know? But, you know, this summer, I want fucking players gone. I've just had enough of the whole thing altogether. And Levy does take blame for some of this. He doesn't take blame for the players' efforts. He doesn't take blame for Conte's decisions. But what he takes blame for is overall the momentum killers that we've had this season because of that backline. Because he will not fucking replace them. He's had since Pochettino got sacked. Pochettino told them players need to be, need to be gone. We need to get new players in. We need to rebuild. His answer was sack Pochettino, bring in Jose Mourinho, and bring in fucking Joe Rodon. After that, then his answer was to bring in Nuno. And then after,
he gets even worse players at the end. When he wrote,
bring in Conte, bring in Longley. But he hasn't done anything to affect that fucking backline properly. Sorry, Jack, go on.
No, I was going to say, even when he has supposedly tried to rotate or change that backline, he's actually somehow found it to get even worse players than what we already had in the first place. So players like Joe Rodon, like you just said there, were actually ending up even to be worse than Eric Dyer, even worse than Sanchez. And that's what's even more ridiculous is that when we even have tried to rotate and we have tried to bring in better players, we've failed at doing so. And that's what's also even more frustrating is that we barely do ever even try to rotate this back line. But even when we have, we brought in worse players, bar Romero, to begin with. So I agree with you, Dave, on that one. Adrian Chia saying, sorry, lads, for the dog poo script. Such a bummer. Adrian,
It's not your fault, man. It's not your
it's
fault. It's the player's fault.
3-1 up. I don't even know if you wrote that in, man. 3-1
not-
up. 3-1 up. We're 3-1 up. We were buzzing. I mean, we think the game is sought out. It's like I said, it's on the manager and it's on the players. You're 3-1 up with 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go. Like there's just no excuse. You have to be able to see that situation out. You have to be able to pick up 3 points. If you can't pick up 3 points in those situations against the worst team in the league, the bottom team of the league, that falls on everybody that's on the field that day. That falls on the players and it falls on the manager. It's simple as. I agree with Adrian. It's not on you.
Start taking some responsibility around with what's going on. Everyone, bar the fans, all the fans can do is support what shit is thrown out on the pitch. It's all they've got. Football's their only hope. You know, people live a fucking hard life Monday to Friday, and all they want is to escape and go and watch their team on the weekend and go and win some games. You know, that's all the fans want. But anyone else that's paid in and around that club, people have to start taking accountability and responsibility for what's gone on here the last 3 years, and it's not good enough. And reality is, we can keep blaming the easiest team to replace, which is the manager. But we've got to start asking more questions internally as well, because it's not good enough, man. And I'm just fed up with it. I'm fed up with being here.
Yeah.
Same thing, rinse and repeat every 16 months here. The same questions being asked. It's like, regardless if you want to keep asking them and you're right to ask them, fair enough. But are we not sick of asking the same questions?
Yeah. Neil Shafton, member for 16 months, elite member as well. Elite, our Neil, do really appreciate the support of this time, my man. And I'm sorry I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, but I do appreciate how much you've stuck by us. You've been around as much as I have. And he says,
Jack, just give me 1 second. My missus is just heading out. I just need to say her goodbye.
Neil Shafton saying it's time to break up this group and get a manager with a plan who Levy and company allow autonomy to get the people they need and sell the ones who are not part of the future. You can't polish a turd. I think probably a lot of people would agree with you, Neil, because a lot of people want Conte out, but a lot of people also know that Levy doesn't really give the manager the actual chance to be able to get rid of the players he wants, bring in the players that he wants. Usually it's not the case that you get both, that you get the manager out, but then the next manager gets the autonomy and the decisions, like you said. So, I mean, it's a dream to hope that that could be the case, but that's all we can hope for, I guess, is that maybe there is some sort of change in that maybe Levy would allow the next manager to have that type of autonomy that you're talking about, because that's the best shot at being able to get a team and get a cohesive squad of players that we all know are behind the manager, as well as are not, going to be able to sabotage him or, go against him at any stage. I'm with you there, Neil. And, it's something we can only pray for, of course, but I feel like that is probably actually our best hope, is to have a manager that Daniel Levy is probably more willing to allow to make those sort of decisions on who stays, who goes, and who comes in. But it's just sadly not the case. It's why I don't really believe that Conte ever really truly meant that he was satisfied with the defense. I don't believe that that's the case. I think it's just a sad reality that with this ownership, the manager doesn't really get to really pick who stays and who goes. It's more up to the director of football, and it's more up to the manager and what they're willing to do. And if we do get a manager in that can have that autonomy, I think that can only be a good thing. So I'm with you there, Neil. And I agree, you can't polish a turd. I feel like a lot of people will agree with you, Neil, no matter where they fall on the spectrum on this. I think they'll agree with you.
No, and the thing is like, if he thinks he knows better upstairs, Levy, and he thinks he can polish them turds, and then put him in the dugout. You go and take the flack from the fans then, instead of paying other people to do it for you. It's like one big blame game. Enoch obviously set the way they want to run this club. They then pay Levy to be the front man and take the shit, and then whatever the shit decisions Levy makes, he then pays a manager to be the front man and take the shit. Everyone's just paying the next guy to be the scapegoat instead of actually addressing the issues. What we need to do is what we've done under Pochettino. We need to clear decks, and we need to allow a manager to do it. And you have to allow him to get rid of what he wants to get rid of. Pochettino is allowed to walk in here, get rid of Lewis Holtby, Adebayor, people like that, and the next guy has to be able to do the same. But the reality is, Jose Mourinho, after a 1-1 draw with Fulham where we conceded in the last couple of minutes of the game, he made a comment about the characteristics of the defenders.
Yeah.
Says you can't change them.
Man,
Conte,
also,
after the Arsenal defeat this year, also said, they asked him, why do you play the way you do? Well, I have to play to the characteristics of my defenders. That's 2-3 years in the difference, 2 years in the difference between the comments, but this exact same comments. Conte also said this season about us being too nice. Now, where did I hear that? In the All or Nothing documentary from Jose Mourinho, where he said we need to start being the CUNTs. We need to start being mean guys. We're too nice. And it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. You won't sort that until you allow a manager to come in and get rid of what he sees are the problems in terms of mentality problems, in terms of attitude problems, and in terms of footballing prowess on the pitch problems. You have to be able to let him get rid of all three, and it has to happen. And the thing is, things don't have to get worse before they get better because there's a good damn nucleus to work under. But the positions the next manager identifies, you have to go out and sign the very best players in them positions. Look, when we went and got Porro, look at the difference Porro has made down that right-hand side in terms of quality.
mm-hmm.
So you've got to spread that into the other problem areas of the team, and that's when you'll see change.
Mark saying our last 5 away results: 1-4 Leicester Premier League defeat, 1-0 against AC Milan defeat, 1-0 Sheffield United defeat, and a 1-0 versus Wolves defeat, and now 3-3 versus Southampton. It was one of the first questions of the pre-match build-up, Mark, when it came to from Dave, actually, when it came to our away form and our away mentality. And it's definitely something that's going to have to be dug into next week, I imagine, on some sort of debate show as well, maybe with a short from Dave or herself. We're going to have to answer to it. We're going to have to try to find an explanation for it. But thank you, Mark, for putting that in. It's a great point that you put in there. And then
easy short to do. Easy short to do. I already have a lot of pictures that we've lost away over the last few years, especially look at our cup exits. Oh, by the way, who did we go out to away last year in the FA Cup as well, by the way? Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Away again,
Disgusting. Loves Music says our squad is better than Wolves's, Leicester's, and then you said Wolves twice. I'm not sure maybe who you meant, maybe Fulham or something like that. Loves Music. I actually believe the majority of our squad is better than those teams. But when it comes to the defense and the goalkeeper, no, I don't. I think when you look at Wolves, like I'd take Max Kilman almost over any of our defenders, bar Romero. I would take actually Dawson. As much as Dawson isn't even all that great, he's still better than what we have.
Yeah.
You look at the Wolves defenders, like they are better than our defenders.
And their midfielders are better than ours.
I'd take their left wing backs over our left wing backs, and I take their goalkeeper over our goalkeepers. I would take Jose Sa ahead of them. And then when it comes to Leicester, it's kind of similar, maybe bar the goalkeeper situation. I would take Wout Face. I would take, Harry Suter or Harry Sutar, whatever his name is. I would take the majority of those defenders, and I'm not rating them very highly. Don't get me wrong. I don't rate these guys too highly, maybe bar Max Kilman. And so, like, that's how bad our defense is, and that's how bad our goalkeeper is. Like, I think Hugo genuinely as well has been one of the worst goalkeepers this season. That's something we've had to live with and something we've had to deal with. And it's the same thing with our defenders. Our defenders are relegation standard. They are. And maybe you could argue that, sure, Conte could do better with these relegation standard defenders. I don't even want to get into that. It's just you have to all accept, and I think we can all accept as a fan base, this defense cannot be exempt from criticism, and they also need to go. They are relegation standard. They are not better than Wolves, in my opinion. I'd probably say the rest of the squad is better than Wolves, and you could make the case that Conte probably could do better with the other players that he has to choose from in midfield, in the attack, etc. But when it comes to the defense, I don't think he can really do all that better. It's poor players he has to pick from, in my opinion. That's just me, though.
I'll take most of the Premier League's defence over ours, to be honest with you. I mean, also look at some of them teams he mentions. Leicester, we win at home, we lose away. Wolves, bet them at home, lost away. AC Milan, lost away. Better at home, just didn't really create anything. There's a common pattern here, and it comes back to what I keep saying, Jack. All your home games you're expected to win, right? No matter who you're playing, you always fancy yourself at home. But going away is about keeping clean sheets and getting over the line, winning some games 1 or 2-0. But the reality is, conceded 4 away to Leicester, not giving yourself any chance. Conceding away to Milan in an important European game where usually one game's to slide them games, not good enough. Then you go to fucking Wolves away, conceding the last 10 minutes again, like Adama Traore, who barely ever scores. You know, Nottingham Forest also done us away at their place, even though we've bet them at home twice this season. You know, they've done us away in the cup at their place earlier on this season. The thing is in away games, you go away, you look to keep it tight, and you look for your creative players to go and nick you a goal or two and see out the game. But we can't see out the games defensively, which gives us that problem away from home. When you concede the goals the way we do at home, let alone away from home, but when you do it away from home, it's different. You're going in, it's the whole crowd is against you. You don't have the crowd to G you up or get behind you. Everything's against you away. And away, I don't care what anyone tells me. An away day is different to a home day. A home day, you feel the confidence. You're at home. You're in front of your fans. You want to sort of give it a bit. An away day, you should have the same mentality, but they do become more difficult.
Yeah.
Until you learn to keep clean sheets, our away form's not going to change. And I know people keep saying, Dave, you keep going on about the centre backs, and you can bring anything you talk about back to the centre backs, because everything I'm saying is true. You know, away from home, you have to be tight. You have to keep clean sheets, and we can't do it.
And John Stokes here, Dave, take this one too, because I do need to use the restroom. He's saying, John Stokes saying, time after time, season after season, these dross players get away with criticism, and yet this fan base will always blame the manager. It's cringeworthy. He's just saying that the players basically will always get away with the criticism, and it's more sooner that we blame just the one man, the manager.
Manager is the cheapest team to replace and the quickest team to replace, right? You know, you look at the bench, you think, okay, Romero, you probably need at least another 3 centre halves, because I don't even want these guys to come in as backup anymore. So you're talking for a good centre half nowadays, what, 60 to 80 million? So that's already bringing you up to around the 150 million mark, if not more. Whereas it's actually been cheaper to sack Jose and bring in Jose Mourinho after Pochettino rather than spend money on it, pay his wages, sack him, and make him look like he's outdated and he doesn't know what he's doing anymore, even though since he's gone on to win the Europa Conference League with Roma and has a chance of winning Europa League. So again, he can't be too bad. You know, especially if he's keeping clean sheets with Roma and stuff like that, and the way they're doing. So he can't be as bad as we made him out to be. It's easier to bring in Nuno, sack him, and pay out the rest of his contract. It's still cheaper. You're still nowhere near the 200 million mark, what we need on defenders and a goalkeeper. And also bring Conte in on 15 million a year for 18 months and let him go. The reality is it doesn't even bring you to 50 million. It's a lot cheaper to spend the money and try and bring in defensive-minded managers to polish turds than what it is to actually spend the money on an issue that's been glaringly obvious for 3 years. The only permanent solution we've brought in that position is Romero. That's it. Rodon was never going to cut it. Brought him in from the Championship. How can you give someone like Jose Mourinho, who's famed for his defense at Chelsea, Real Madrid, Porto, teams like that, and we give him Joe Rodon as the solution to Dyer and Davies and Sanchez? You know, we bring in Conte, you know, a guy, again, famed for his defense at Juve, at Inter, at Chelsea, that won the league. And the only solution we give him to add to Dyer and Sanchez and Davies is Langley and unknown. It's nowhere near good enough. They need to stop looking for the quick, cheap, and easy fix and the quickest fix and start actually putting the money in where it belongs, in them positions. It's a huge, huge problem at the board level. And I know why they're doing it. I've copped onto it. They changed tack from Pochettino to Jose, because in that season, we were still scoring goals on the Poch, but we couldn't keep them out. So their solution was, best defensive manager in the world is on the market. He'll solidify that defense. We don't have to spend the money on it, and we'll still keep getting the money from top 4, etc., etc., etc. That didn't work out. They weren't able to keep clean sheets. So they said, okay, we'll bring in Nuno. That didn't work out. So they go, okay, brilliant. Conte's on the market. Let's get in Conte. The reality is, just spend the fucking money on a goalkeeper and centre backs to improve the situation, rather than going down attack that most fans are not happy with. It's more defensive than it is attacking. Just spend the money on defenders, and that way you can play whatever system you want. You can play defensive managers. You can bring in attacking managers. You can play any system you want. So start spending the money, John. That's exactly why it happens, my man. But again, you know, I think what we should do is realize that Conte is going regardless, right? Conte in, Conte out, he's gone regardless. Now let's turn our attention on these defenders. Let's not wait till the summer, till Dyer's got a new contract. Let's start making it abundantly clear to the club now Let's start making the noise that these guys have to go. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me they're human beings. I'm a human being, and they hurt me week in, week out. They don't care about me being a human, and that Tottenham's my release from life and everything else, and give it their all. So I don't want to hear it about them. It's an excuse. Start putting the blame on their door, and let's get this fucking sorted out once and for all. It's
I
sad that
agree.
we've been able to bring in 3 managers, and it's been cheaper than buying one world class centre half. That's why we do it, John.
Big yourself up, John. Jerome here with the super chat. We have not won away since January. Tells you already how good we actually are. Jerome, it's an unacceptable mentality clearly from these players. It seems like they know that they need to be more accountable when they're playing in front of home, in front of the fans. They probably know that they can't get away with that sort of kind of sluggishness because let's be honest too, off the ball, we were so sluggish today, just unwilling, unwanting to be able to make a challenge, try to get stuck in, get the ball back. Also, as well, like we couldn't even keep the ball for fuck's sake at any stage as well. We were just poor all around, Jerome. And it does seem like we are a different team away from home than we are at home. And that, again, does fall on the players and it falls on the management. It's both of them at the same time because they need to be able to pick themselves up, knowing that all that's left for this season is top four. It's quite obvious what's left to compete for. You shouldn't really be confused. You're only playing in one competition left for the rest of the season, and they still can't be able to mentally hold themselves for a 3-1 win. They see a
Or even
3-1
run.
win. A 3-1 win is right in front of them. They can take it. It's right there. And they can't hold themselves accountable to be able to see it out. But like you said, there have been plenty of other games this season, Jerome, where the mentality just goes in these away games. And it's on the players and as well as it's on the management because too many times we've just seen it fall away from us. And it's exhausting and it's also unacceptable, Jerome, because you have to be able to see a 3-1 win out. You just have to. You can't expect to be any type of competent team at all if you're incapable of seeing a 3-1 win in that situation. You just can't, and it's
But what's
unacceptable.
sad as well is, Jack, whether you're NS Mora across Europe or whether you're fucking Man City, everyone knows our back line is weak and targets it. Everyone knows they're going to get joy. Everyone comes into the game feeling there's goals there for them. And the reality is, even though we're 3-1 up, was anyone really comfortable? You can't be. You
Mm.
can't be with this team, with this back line. You just can't be. No one was really comfortable. And as soon as the second goal went in, we all knew what was coming. We done it at West Ham on the Jose Mourinho. Remember that game when we were 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go? Remember Sanchez put the ball in the back of his own net? Winks gave away the ball to West Ham and refused to put his body on the line. This is, again, a common theme, and it keeps recurring. The only way these teams are going to change is with more personnel change. We promised you things would be better with Lucas and Kulu, or once we replace Lucas and Bergwijn in terms of going forward. And it's got better with Kulu. I said to people things would be a bit better in midfield, or better in midfield once you get rid of Winks and Sissoko. We are currently doing better in midfield than what we were with Winks and Sissoko. And the same has to apply with the back line. I told you things would get better once you replace Doherty and bring in Porro. Things have got better in that position. And the only answer is to continue to invest. Changing managers, it's going to happen this time, but it's not the solution, and it's not working. So something else has to give.
And then Jerome saying 1 game a week, lads. 1 game. How could we look so sluggish and not bring Danjuma on for Kulu? 2 negative tactics. I agree with the negative tactics when we're 3-1 up. We should be actually going for the jugular, Jerome, instead of sitting back at 3-1. But also as well, I agree with you. It's 1 game a week. Like these players, it should be obvious to these players what they should be going for. We all know they're already incentivized more to finish in top four than they are to even go for the FA Cup. We found that out the hard way, that these players only really care about top four than they really do about the FA Cup or about any other competition. So when they only have this competition left, the Premier League, to compete for, why is it still difficult for them? Why can't they motivate themselves? Why can't they be running after every ball, scrapping after every single second ball and winning it back for us? It's just such lackluster sluggishness from these players, and I just don't get it. It's just inconsistent. You see Pedro Porro out there, he's given his all in the game, and then you see players like Højbjerg and Skippy, let's be honest, who just seemed a bit off it as well. It just
Jack,
doesn't make sense.
How many times have you seen new players come in here with all the enthusiasm and just very quickly sucked out of them? How many times have we seen this?
Well, because the other players suck it out of them, we know,
Yeah.
Dave, because they demotivate them. They're not seeing it from their teammates. They're not seeing the same energy and they're not seeing the same motivation. And I agree with you, Jerome. Like, why is it that they can't get themselves up when it's only 1 game a week? It's only one game a week, one competition. Why can't they get themselves up for it? And they look that sluggish. I just don't get it. And also, as well, with Danjuma coming on for Kulusevski, it's clearly the case that Danjuma was never wanted. We should have just kept Brian Hill, because it seems like Conte was more willing to use Brian Hill than he is even to use Danjuma. So I don't know. It's just a mistake on that part as well. But I agree with you on the negative tactics. Like I said, he was asking for it. When you're 3-1 up, you can't be sitting back like that. And then all of a sudden, you're just asking for it. You're asking for the pressure. It's unacceptable.
The thing is, right, the tactic is clear. When you don't have the ball sitting behind it. But how many times do we give the ball away? You can't overlook that. Like, when we have the ball, we want to be on the ball. But we just gave it away. And as much as we can blame the sit in the back tactics, because the tactic is when you don't have the ball sit behind it, fine. But you've also got to go back and just watch the final 10 minutes and watch how many different players just polluted that ball on the showed zero composure. It contributes to it. It sadly does. But, Jerome, that's well. One thing I agree with you on. They're down to one game a week because of them. Because of their shit performances, weak mentality away from home as well, right? So the minimum I expect, regardless whether you play a tactic where you send the players out to press, I expect them to press for 90 fucking minutes like a blue-ass pie. But even if you get them to sit back behind the ball, I still expect them to work extremely hard and do that tactic as well for the 90 minutes, considering it's one game a week. They didn't do that today. Not one of them. Not one. Not one. When we didn't have the ball, they were just too happy to stand there, let people run about, drop in to pick up the ball. Regardless of the tactics, I expect these players to give it their all for 90 minutes now that they were down to one game a week. And they failed to do that today. They failed to do it. And look, we're going to hear, over the coming months, we already heard some. We don't like the training. It's too repetitive. Conte this, Conte that. We're going to hear all this. You're not going to hear one player come out and take account going, do you know what? I've played under Conte and Jose. I'm just not good. For whatever reason, I just can't do it. I'm not good enough or whatever. You're not going to hear any of that. You're going to hear everything else being blamed. And the next guy's going to come in, the same things are going to persist. But these players need to fucking realize, one game a week, you give it your goddamn all. Fans work from Monday to Friday and do overtime on Saturdays to be able to bring them, their kids, their wife, or whatever they may be, to go to the game. Fans, all during the week, their spare time is look up what's going on at Tottenham. Looking into the players. Fans know more about the players. In my case, I know more about Harry Kane than I do my own fucking missus. And they've got to realize this, and they've got to, every time they step out on the pitch, realize you're taking the fans' hopes and dreams and money out onto that pitch with you. They dedicate their life to support this club. And I'm not seeing that reflected on the football pitch. And I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. It is not acceptable. When you're signed here or whether you come through the academy, you are holding the dreams of millions of Tottenham fans worldwide. So get out there and act like you want to be there and represent that. That's all I ask. It's not hard. I'm asking for the minimum. Run it.
Jerome,
Run.
they've run out of excuses. There's no excuses for the players. There's no excuses for Conte. It's unacceptable, my Jerome. But big up, my man. And also as well, this is the only competition left that they have to fight for. I just don't get it. I really don't. It's been a loser's mentality this season, my man. But fan show later is what I can say. I think Jacob is able to do the fan show if there will be a fan show. I'm pretty sure he's able to do it. I'm not going to speak for him and say that he can't. But even if he isn't able to, I'm happy to run it. There will be a fan show later for you guys to come on and have your say. Everybody, please come on and have your say. If you do feel like, maybe what Dave or I are saying, is you don't like it. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you feel like there's an opinion that's not being heard. Maybe you think there's a detail in the game. Maybe even if you've agreed with us this whole time and you think it needs to be put a different way, come on and have your say, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to agree with every opinion. We're not going to be able to express every opinion that you want to hear. It's just how it is. It's just how it is when you look at football. People are going to see it different ways. And when it comes to fixing Tottenham Hotspur, people are going to see the first step, the second step, the third step in different ways. But we all want the same thing. And we all know that we want to be able to finish as high as possible in the table at the end of the day. So please, please, please come on and have your say. Come speak with Jacob. He doesn't bite. He's a good guy. He deserves some support as well. They're fresh off 1,000 subscribers as well, and I know he does that fan show very well, and he does you guys very well. So show him support over there and go on and have your say. Especially, like I said, if you feel like the opinion maybe that you want to be hearing or the opinion that you feel like needs to be heard isn't being expressed by us. So come on and have your say. Jacob doesn't bite. He will let you speak.
But also, there's going to be people that are sitting back there and go, look, my opinion doesn't matter. Or, I'm not invalid to say. The reality is you do. I used to be one of them. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. I don't have that invalid to say it. But the reality is you do. Everyone's opinion is valid and everyone has some good things to say. And the thing is, you might say stuff that other people, because we're so wrapped up in it and everything else, that, from the outside, we might not see, that you see. So get on, have your say, and that's what it's there for at the end of the day. And big up Jacob for hosting it. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. If only the players could replicate your efforts, our efforts, that would be a fine thing, wouldn't it? That would be a fine thing. So a massive thank you to everyone who's got up early this morning, stayed up late to tune in, watch us, enjoy the day with us. Pretty enjoyable today, despite the result. I'm just let down. I'm as pissed off and I'm as angry as you guys are. I don't really know what to say to you to make you feel better. I don't think there is anything you can say. I know you guys feel it the way myself and Jack feel it. Speechless, let down, disappointed, angry, fed up. The whole lot. So look, I don't know what to say to you. Just tune in for the fan show. Get on and have your say. Come on, you Spurs. And in God's name we trust.
Everybody, come on, you Spurs. We'll see you later for the fan show. And whether you're Conte in, Conte out, wherever you stand on it, come on and have your say. Speak with Jacob. He doesn't bite. He wants to listen to you. And so you can hear your opinions heard. That's all that matters on this channel, is that we do want other opinions to be heard. So go on and, and speak with him and have your say, everybody. We'll see you later. Hit that like button on the way out, please. Bye. Come on, you Spurs.
Everywhere we go.